However, inside really happy right now. He said he's gonna quit his job, but I'll change somehow. But I ain't gonna be here all long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. My lungs are all filled with smoking THC. So every time I get to laughing, I start to cough and wheeze. Yes, I do.
Something makes you not be good right now.
If I didn't have my cigarette, I'd kill someone. Then it wouldn't matter that the state of Texas won't let me get up. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. But my heart it sure ain't pumping like it used to do. Lord knows I bump a leg and it turns black and blue. Yes, it does. Now they say that it's unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me none. 'Cause I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna let that bother me none. Oh Lord, 'cause I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. Ain't gonna be here long.
Yo, Hotstuff, turn your video on. Or turn the
I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son.
And welcome to Fren Report Live. I'm your host, the Walrus. This is Fren Report Live number 26. And with me tonight, I have Mr. Air Raid Siren.
Howdy, folks.
I have Mr. Mazzy Frog.
Hello, everyone.
We have General Hotstuff, who will have to unmute himself because...
What's going on, folks?
And we have Juke Nukem himself, Robert Down Syndrome Jr.,
Hi. How's it
a.k.a. Walter
Hello.
Cronkite, a.k.a. Johnny Ketamine, a.k.a. K-Hole.
Hi.
AKAs. Are you hiding from someone?
No.
Good.
He's hiding
Yeah,
from
right, right.
everybody. But I have my money.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
Gee. Bitch better have my money.
Speaking of shit, should we start with the councilwoman that fell asleep at a White Castle? Did you hear about that one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with that one because that one's hilarious.
Tell me about this. That sounds.
I got to use that.
This is gonna be stupid.
That's the one I should have put as the thumbnail on D Live. Is that one? My female shit.
Yeah. There
That
it
one
is.
got a lot of mileage today.
No, Kentucky mayor falls asleep in White Castle drive-thru, crashes into pole.
Falls asleep.
Crashes into pole.
Mm-hmm.
Remember some jogger did that at the Wendy's this summer?
Yep.
And then ended
didn't
up
turn
getting
out too
shot
well.
because he was a moron. They ended up burning down the Wendy's.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You
Really,
would think, because I'm sure she was one of the fucking ogress there. I'm sure she was one of the ones fucking, oh my god, they fucking murdered him, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Goes and does the same
yeah. She said she had
shit.
2 apple martinis. You know,
Right.
2 apple martinis at 5 p.m. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. My connection's fucking up a little bit, so I wasn't here for the intro.
Those bitch had a
Damn
little
it,
bit more than
Johnny.
2 apple martinis.
Yeah, a little bit
What?
more than 2 out. I mean, either that or
Yeah,
there's
by
some
the
really
looks of it, she's
strong
heavy set, so I'm
martinis.
sure she
Yeah,
can handle a
she's
lot.
big
You know,
girl.
Yeah.
She's
big girl.
definitely
Yeah.
a big girl. What's
Maybe she slipped into a diabetic coma.
I wanna
Could
find
be,
an
could be.
article on it here.
You want the diabetes. That's how you get the diabetes.
Yeah, I'll throw it on chat.
Listen, folks, I have the diabetes. I fell asleep
I
in the
got it.
drive-thru
Yeah, it was
again.
at the New York Post. That was the best one anyway. So
Yeah.
falls asleep at White Castle drive-through after asleep.
You gotta put that picture of her up there, dude.
crashed into a utility pole. Yep, with her fucking.
She didn't crash into a utility pole. She crashed into a utility pole.
Oh,
pole.
Where'd that pole come from?
shit.
Shit.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Kentucky mayor.
Some fat but
Oh God, I'm about to get her on the screen here. Hold on.
Oh,
She's
Yeah, not even a council member, the actual fucking mayor.
Yeah, I mean this bitch makes like Shrek look good. She makes Stacey Abrams look good, and that's fucking yeah. Like she's like Shrek and Stacey Abrams' fucking love child over here.
wait, what happened? So some bitch fell asleep and fucking crashed?
A White Castle drive-through.
Yeah, so no, what happened? I'm driving, I can't fucking open the article.
Well, I'm pulling it up on the screen, so hold on a second. I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
please tell me White Castle is famous for their fried chicken.
No,
They make they're little tiny hamburgers.
You never seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had them once. They're okay.
They have them little slider burgers.
There's a place. There's a place around here that does those. Pretty well. Like the patties are different, but it's the same kind of idea. I like them.
But yeah, this is the bitch in question, and that's the good picture of her. That's the good picture of her. Let me see. So, Kentucky mayor was arrested for driving under the influence after falling asleep in a White Castle drive-through line and crashing into a utility pole Tuesday night, authorities said. Louisville Metro police officers found Shively. She's from Shively. Shively Mayor Beverly Chester Burton. Standing outside her silver Cadillac after smashing into a pole as she was trying to leave the parking lot around 11 p.m., the Louisville Courier-Journal reported. Witnesses said Chester Burton fell asleep behind the wheel at the fast food drive-thru line, and people even had to knock on her window to wake her up, according to a police report obtained by the outlet. Cops reported Chester Burton reeked of alcohol and failed a sobriety test when she couldn't walk in a straight line. Chester Burton was elected Shively's first black mayor and probably last in 2018. Told police she had dinner and 2 apple martinis at 5 p.m., but then changed her story saying she had the drinks at 9 p.m.
but still, were they like a gallon each?
Yeah, must have been some big old apple teenies, let me tell you, because that's a big girl there.
Yeah.
Yes, but let's keep the option open. The fact that she couldn't walk in a straight line could have been a cruel joke by gravity. I mean, there's a lot of mass to pull on there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Are we sure that this thing can ever walk in a straight line? But Chester Burton, who was she was booked into the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections and released Wednesday. She's set to be arraigned Friday.
Jeez. She'll get a slap on the wrist.
Let me see if I can find her
mugshot.
Her mugshot there.
In all fairness, a slap on her wrist is gonna jiggle for a couple of days.
It's gonna ripple right up that arm, over the shoulder, the sausage neck, down the other arm. Register fucking like 6.7 on the Richter scale.
There we go. There's her in all her fucking glory. I'm still not convinced that's not a man.
Yeah, that face, dude.
Although then again, I'm not convinced that's human either. But that's a whole other can of worms.
I think that's fair to say.
I still that does that could be a woman. I've got new standards set after after watching some Jew journal on Twitter. Rottenberg, I think she's called.
Rottenberg. Can't make that name up, huh?
Definitely.
Actually, it does sound like a name I've made up, but
she has a jawline like a Dutch. Incredible. There's no way it wasn't born a man.
Jamie said tuba music follows her wherever she goes.
Jamie, get in the fucking call. Fucking homo.
Oh my god, let me get this bitch off our screen here because I can't stand to look at her no more.
Bro.
Ooh, that was rough.
Oh lordy.
Yeah.
And you can just see from the look in her eye
Oh my god.
that she's trying to twist this to somehow be Whitey's fault.
Balrog over on YouTube was saying 2 apple teenies, she's a 500-pound gorilla, more like 20 apple teenies.
Man, that poll was racist.
She had 2 at 5 o'clock, and then 2 at 5:30, then 2 at 6 o'clock, then 2 at 6:30.
Yeah.
Kept going till about 9 o'clock. Oh.
Or maybe she meant that she had like she counted on her fingers how many she got, and she counted 2 times. All of her fingers 2 times.
Yo, I had one, 2 apple martini, 2 apple martinis.
No, she meant 2 bottles.
I will say that like her people are not historically known for their math skills, so it could be an honest mistake.
Still, it all comes back to an interesting article on American Renaissance about this guy who studied African languages and how many of them didn't have any detail in their languages. For instance, the example of a fruit, it was either up in the tree or it was down. You couldn't mention that one was higher than another. And
what?
Yeah, they simply didn't have that distinction. Either the fruit was up or it was down.
Yeah, African languages are not very
fleshed out.
They don't have a lot of words.
I can't remember.
They don't have like any words for time and shit. Like, tomorrow. There's no words for it. There's no way to express that. You know what I mean? You pretty much have to say like sun down or dark and then back up or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not important.
Yeah, I don't even think they have numbers, most of them.
I mean, there is a quite an entertaining documentary called The Story of One, a BBC production of all things, where they talk about the origin of counting and numbers and number systems and all that, and they visit Australia and one of these Aborigines and ask them how many children he has. And he has one child. Then they ask him how many grandchildren does he have. And he has many.
Many.
And then he can, make a mark in the sand for each name he mentions. But counting in itself is limited to one and many. No wonder they haven't built
No in
bridges.
between.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're all equal. We're all the same, right?
Yeah.
We are all the
This
same.
shit needs to stop. This shit has to stop. I really hope within my lifetime I see everyone wake up and just stop treating them like they're fucking these special fucking people.
Well, you know what
They're
we have
fucking-
to do? You know what we have to do is we just need to nuke every country in the world. But in space.
Hey, now we're talking.
But in
Solid plan.
space.
Solid plan.
Minecraft. We just need to nuke Africa. Fuck it.
No, they need a place to live. I mean, they're like any other wild animal.
Nah,
All right,
throw
all
them in
right,
the fucking
all right.
ovens. I'm tired of this shit.
Get some
All
nice
right.
chain link around it, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Jungles have their purpose.
No,
I mean,
No, they
this,
fucking
this is
don't.
I don't think.
kind of like wildlife reservations. In
yes,
Africa.
exactly.
They found out to save money on all these chain link fences that, for instance, elephants, they'll just walk right through them. They don't give a shit. They found out elephants are terrified of bees. So
Oh, really?
So putting up poles with beehives,
Could
then
a
the
bee
elephants stay
even
away.
sting an
We could do
elephant?
the
Like,
same thing,
Jesus.
except put poles up with job applications. Oh my god!
Oh, I was just gonna build a moat that's like 7 feet deep, because they won't cross that because they can't build a boat
That's very true.
and they won't get their hair wet. So like,
Yeah, but what if a tree falls over and they have?
I mean, to be fair,
yeah,
that it kind of just beads off the hair anyway. So I mean,
Nah, I think what the U.S. needs to do is just stop subsidizing the rest. You know, because that's the reason that it's like exploding. Like it's being subsidized. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just stop
gonna be
stop
what was
giving
it? What
them
they say
gigs.
like by 2050 there'll be like 4.5 billion. You know, something like that. the way they
Maybe
were
we can
producing it.
trade all of our black people for like all the white people in South Africa and shit. You know, even trade.
I could go.
Look, South. There was a
They
time
could bring
when
some of those short shorts.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that could work out pretty good.
Yep.
Instead of giving the Nogs the farmland like they were talking about, we'll just give it to the South African farmers. And
Yeah.
It's tragically funny that meme that went around a while back, where the headlines from Zimbabwe, back from like 2012 when they first started to talk about getting rid of white farmers, and then 2013, well, white farmers are leaving now. 2014, blacks are giving back the farms. 2015.
they start starving.
Harvest have failed completely. Starving has commenced. And
and they had to promise billions in money for the farmers to come back.
That they don't have.
The problem is that their money is worthless. You know.
their money is worthless.
Yeah.
Because
They
they
never
took over
should.
the bank too.
Yeah.
I
No.
remember reading an article once where when the hyperinflation in Zimbabwe was at its worst, people were listening to the radio in the morning to see what their currency was worth, and by the time they reached a market, hours later, it would have changed.
Yeah.
suddenly their money was worth half of what it was that morning.
Oh, they say that happened
Oh,
in Germany
oh.
after World War
Raid
World War
said,
One.
Raid, Acrobatic Jesus said that he got a run, but wanted me to tell you that he's back and has a new name, and so he'll follow him back. He's still Quackrobatic Holmes.
Okay. I can't find this. Quackrobatic.
Yep. Quackrobatic.
I wanted to. I missed the Kentucky governor falling asleep in the drive-thru. It's Kentucky, right?
Yes, Kentucky.
Or mayor, whatever.
Shively, Kentucky.
I had one thing to add about that. I looked through the thread,
Yeah.
the New York Post thread, and everybody, all the blacks that were in that thread were like, "Hey, yo, which one of y'all ain't ever fallen asleep in no drive-thru before? Shit, that happens."
Right?
Yeah.
I was fucking blown away, dude. Like the amount
Literally
of
have
coke.
never done that. I don't even know anybody that's done that.
Never. Like
Yeah.
at my highest of like being a teenager and being high out of my mind. Never fucking once
Yeah, I
have
mean,
I fallen asleep in a drive-through.
like I said, and I've known some crazy motherfuckers that like never heard of that happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same. I had
So,
some wild teenage years, early 20s, and never did I, not only fall asleep in the drive-thru, but then plow my car into a fucking pole. Yeah, that was it. I just had to throw that out there. It's amazing.
It is amazing. The incredibly low standard they keep for themselves.
Oh,
All right, so let's
Yeah, if there even is a standard.
That is the question.
let me see. Go to my bookmarks here because I got some good stuff here. First, I want to show the because they got the so the Georgia hearing today was fucking wild. All kind of cool shit happening there, you know. But
Yeah.
one of the biggest things to come out of it was they had the they got the what's it called? Security footage from State Park. What is it, arena or whatever they call it? Stadium, whatever the fuck. Where they were counting the votes. Where they had, like at 10:30 or whatever, told everybody, okay, we're going to uncount them for the night. Everybody go home. And all of a sudden, poof, there was all these Biden votes out of nowhere. Well, they got the security camera footage. So, let me pull this up. We can watch this, actually.
But once again, this isn't proof of widespread voter fraud. This is just proof of there was election fraud that was spread widely. It's completely. I know.
It's totally something different.
Yeah, I think I already tried that joke the other night, but I mean it's completely different. Something completely different.
It doesn't.
Yeah, no, but it makes sense to a politician. I don't know if you heard about all the entire mink industry in Denmark being destroyed over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it came out that it wasn't even legal,
Yeah.
and our prime minister.
And then, like, weren't the meat coming back from the dead and shit or something like?
No, that was that was regular incompetence, not illegalities. But in regards to this being illegal, the prime minister never admitted that something illegal had happened. Instead, they had a legality challenge in the chain of command.
A legality challenge in the chain of command, huh? Wasn't that something? Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
Politicians have very, very interesting terminology to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can twist anything into a
Anything.
yeah. But I mean, like,
Yeah, Danish politics are interesting because, like, they'll, like, try to do stuff, but then anytime anybody gets mad about it, they change it. They cuck on it.
Yeah, and the worst part is the GOP saying, well, moving forward, what can we do to fix? What? There's no moving forward, bro. It's either this or
There is
what are you
no
talking
moving
about?
forward,
Moving
yeah.
forward. And there's no moving forward.
We're digging
Yeah.
in, motherfuckers.
And when they say that, they mean we want you to forget that we messed up.
Yeah, memory hold,
and
and that's it.
Yes, we want you to ignore it.
All right, let's get this. Let's watch this security footage from the thing. You can see whatever it's four. After they told everybody to leave, there was 4 guys that stayed behind. You see them start pulling out fucking suitcases full of ballots and scanning them as soon as everybody's gone. So
At about 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to roll this back and show it to you. There you
I
go.
think my
So now they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table.
Everybody, dude.
This table, the black one, was placed there by the lady with the blonde braids at about 8:22 a.m. in the morning. So she put that table there. So the same person who's staying behind now, the same person who cleared the place out under the pretense that we're going to stop counting, is the person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. Yeah, I saw 4
here.
suitcases come out from underneath the table. Yeah, upper right hand, you see the gentleman in the red. So he just pulled one out.
Holy motherfuck.
So
I saw
what are
this
these
and
ballots
even
doing there,
retweeted it, but I
separate from
haven't
all the
actually
other
sat down and watched
ballots?
the whole thing.
And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
is the question.
I mean,
So these machines can process about 3,000 ballots an hour. You have multiple
not
machines
suspect
there.
at all. And then you hear in
And
the
they're there
hearing
for
the
2
lady
hours.
say, "Wow, you know,
So
those
you
could
do
have
the
been
math.
like mail-in ballots that
How
were
many
just counted
ballots
at the same
went through those
time, you know?
machines in those 2
It's
hours
like,
when there was no one there
no,
to
there has to be
supervise, to be
people there
present,
to help you
consistent
count it.
with
It
your
can't just
statutes
be,
and
oh,
rules,
you know?
to supervise
Bro,
the
how is this
tabulation?
even evidence?
We believe that could easily be, and probably is certainly
can prove
beyond the
anything with
margin of
facts.
victory
I
in this
haven't
race.
I haven't seen it yet, but they say that if you go back far enough in the video, you can see there's a blonde-haired lady that they earlier on actually brings those out and puts them under the table.
That's what she said, that it was the blonde braids. The lady put the. I guess you guys couldn't hear, but she was saying, yeah, the lady with the blonde braids. She put the table there with everything underneath it, and then when everybody was gone, they started pulling it out. She was the one that cleared out the place and everything. That told everybody, okay, we're shutting down.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. She's the one that put the shit there, and then they started pulling out all these ballots. As soon
Was
as
that
everybody's
when
gone.
140,000 votes for Biden suddenly appeared?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's when I got really fucking mad on election night because, like, they had announced, okay, they're shutting down counting in Georgia, and I was, like, kind of pissed. I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck? Never seen that shit before, you know? They always count until they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, what was it, an hour or so later, bam, they got all these fucking,
Yeah, in certain places, because, like, let's say some places got called and they kept counting, and, you know,
Mhm.
like, my state, Florida, finished, and that's it, you know?
yeah.
But,
Yeah, because they had called Florida and Ohio, and everything was looking good in Georgia and Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and you know, and then that shit happened. But it gets crazier because when this was kind of a theme the past couple days too. So after that happened, they were showing the video in the hearing today. This dumb bitch tries to be like, oh, wait, that's been debunked.
without even watching, yeah.
Right. Nobody had ever seen this before. And so I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick because it's funny. She gets shut down real fucking quick.
Her parents.
But let's see.
That's been
Check the chat real quick.
Without even watching.
right. Nobody had ever seen this. I'm gonna go ahead and play
All right,
this.
somebody's stream audio is coming through.
Yeah, somebody needs to mute their mic while they're listening. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Her parents. I heard you say several times this has been debunked, but I also just heard that this video just appeared last night. So how could it have been debunked?
Well, my response, not being an expert, is that these very allegations came up right away after the election, almost a month ago, and have been repeatedly discussed by the Secretary of State's office, including everything that we're seeing here.
But is this
And
not
there have been
the,
explanations for all of it.
is this not the first time this video has been shown?
I believe that this is the
Yes.
first time this video has been
Yes.
seen.
And
It
the,
is.
And
That's
the news
correct.
media hasn't seen this video or have not.
They have
put it
not.
out. They have not.
Because
put
I've
it
been
out.
I've been in contact with counsel for the State Farm Arena, and
Will be today. And her parents. I heard you say.
I'm gonna debunk. Looks like that shit got rebunked now,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all been debunked, man.
Right. Oh, they tried that shit. Oh, but it's already been debunked. Blah, 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 blah.
But that's sort of like they get printed out these like talking points, and that's all they can fucking say is that they're specific talking points. They're not even thinking for themselves. Look at the debate with
the ability to think for themselves, but
the Trump Biden debate, and anytime Trump goes, hey, you know, there's all this shit and all these deals that you and your family were doing, that's all been debunked, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Debunked.
Yeah. What was it that he said? They did an investigation. Republicans did an investigation and said that it was completely normal what was going on. It's like, come on.
And then this thread is awesome. This is from the Michigan hearings. Was that today? I saw it today. I don't know. It might have been yesterday, but I saw it today. But the blonde chick, I forget her name. I was looking at it yesterday. But
Oh, that's one that everybody's getting all simpy over.
you're about to see why. You're about to
No.
see why
Yeah.
because like, damn, she's pretty fucking awesome, dude.
No, I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah. So here, I'll play this one.
These Democrats took every avenue
I still think that
possible
Dr. Gina's a
to
little bit
commit
hotter,
fraud in this election. And what I saw on the 3rd and 4th was over 20 counts of fraud being taking place in front of my face. And this isn't counting, you know, the ballots that are found in rivers, the ballots found under rocks, the ballots, you know, that ended up.
Representative, please. Representative, do you have a point of order?
I love how you can
What's
just
your
say
point of
whatever
order?
you want to say.
Do you have a point of order, Representative?
She's just.
Cynthia wants to defend the fraud.
This is funny.
All right. Ma'am, please continue.
Yeah. So
And also,
these Democrats took.
So that one was good. And you see the one black chick on there. She was interrupting and shit. But it gets better. It gets better. This next clip is even better. But you see why everybody likes this chick, because her fucking mannerisms are fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
You know?
Yeah.
It's like a taste of their own medicine, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she definitely just has a I don't
She
give
has
a
that.
fuck.
Yeah. She's like,
I don't give a fuck.
I can't get a job. My life has been destroyed. Did you sign
Yeah.
the paper that says you'll go to jail? You know?
Yeah.
Because I did.
That guy was sweating, though. You know?
Like, I signed a piece of paper that if I lied on it, I'll go to prison. Did you?
Yep. Yeah.
Now I got some video of that bitch because she kept going later on too. But let's watch this one first.
I think what Representative Camilleri is asking is perhaps why is it that more people, and I know we have a couple here today, but why is it that we're not having more people come forward? I mean, it seems like if there was all this widespread fraud that, we'd have dozens and dozens of people.
I'll tell you why. My life has been destroyed. My life has been completely destroyed because of this. I've lost family. I've lost friends. I've been threatened. My kids have been threatened. I've had to move. I've had to change my phone number. I've had to get rid of social media. Nobody wants to come forward. They're getting threatened. Their lives are getting ruined. I can't even get an actual job anymore. I can't. Because Democrats like to ruin your lives. That's why.
All right. Let's
just like they do to Trump.
Let's move on to.
Okay, that wasn't the one I was thinking about. That was a good one though too. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one where she really goes off on the dudes.
1,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it?
I'm just saying the numbers are not off by 30,000 votes. So
I know what I saw.
That they're filling in.
I know what I saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
Okay,
I'm just trying to ask you a legitimate question here.
Yeah, let's let Representative
1,000 votes. That's
that one was the fucking kicker right there. Oh, did you take it and do something with it?
Yeah, that's that energy,
Totally.
She roasted that fucking nerd.
Right? Fucking nerd.
It's like, I have alopecia.
Yeah, do you sign a fucking paper saying you're gonna go to jail?
Right. Did you sign a piece of paper saying if I'm wrong, I'll go to prison? Because I did.
Yeah. So don't say anything unless you fucking sign an affidavit too, you motherfucker.
Oh,
I think that's absolutely fucking a fair statement.
Yeah. Fucking base.
No, I can see why people like her.
Totally.
And she's kind of got that Jennifer Tilly voice.
Yep.
Oh, I remember
her. Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
She's got the milkers too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here it comes. Mm-hmm.
So there's the Indian chick. She actually had a lot of good stuff to say too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear what she said about?
No, you know what was actually what I thought was pretty funny was when she did the. She's. Oh, you're playing the video. Hold on, just wait.
No, I'm not playing that one yet.
Okay. Well, just her comment about. I hate falling into their trap, but I just thought it was funny when a brown lady comes up and goes, "You want to see racism? Go to India."
Yeah, that was like the kicker right there. You want to see racism? Go to India. You'll see racism.
Did she also say all Chinese look the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
How can I tell without an ID?
I thought she was pretty awesome too. Here, let's watch what she had to say.
This one, when you said the 6-foot rule, we were in fact given a paper with these rules saying that we can break the 6-foot rule when we have to challenge a ballot. We even had the printed paper with us, and when we would show it to the supervisor, he'd say, "We are enforcing the rules that we were given. That's the rule your team that sent you gave you. We don't have to abide by it because that does not apply to us." And we have to keep low profile. You have to understand if we don't want to be kicked out. If we don't want to, I may not be because I'm brown. But all I'm saying is, but that was my trump card that I used all day. But then the thing is, that's not a privilege for a white person. So white people, I could see, were not even daring to ask a question.
Jamie.
Because if they were even a little bit
Mute
louder,
the stream.
they would say, you're disturbing them, so they need to get out. And
All right, let me go back a little bit.
thing is, but that was my trump card that I used all day. But then the thing is, that's not a privilege for a white person. So white people, I could see, were not even daring to ask a question, because if they were even a little bit louder, they would say, you're disturbing them, so they need to get out. And you have to understand the poll workers were ganging up with Democrats. They were all in on the same team, and the only people that are being isolated are the Republican, white male Republicans. So that's
Please.
the racism. If people ask me, was I ever treated unfairly, I would say rarely. Come to India, you will know what racism is. But here, no, I've been treated with a lot of respect. Now I see white people are being treated as, so much worse than, I was ever treated. So those people were not able to really loudly challenge because they will get kicked out. They did not want to abide by that rule where we can break that 6-foot rule to challenge a ballot because they didn't want to listen to what we had to say.
That was the best. It's like, I have a problem with it. That's my trump card I used all day. That's why they didn't mess with me.
Yeah, that's how she got in, and that's how she came from getting kicked out or challenging ballots.
She actually
She's
said
like,
Trump card, didn't she?
Yeah, she said trump card. She's like, you want to see racism? Go to India. You'll see some racism.
Even though as silly as these, sounds cool, but these people are brave. I got to give it to them.
Totally.
Because, they're on TV for a second, but I'm sure when they get home, now they're famous.
Yeah.
You want to see racism? Come to my house.
You want to see racism? You want to see racism? Come to Fren Report Live.
We'll show you racism.
We'll show you racism. Shit. Speaking of
For
racism,
just $100 donation, we can customize a racism just for you.
Yep.
Come to Fren Report Live for all your racism needs.
Your one-stop shop.
Right. It's like that tweet that's been floating around the past couple days. Is like, what I like about racist Twitter is that we're very inclusive. We don't care who you are as long as you're being racist.
Exactly.
Literally true.
It is.
I've always said that internet racists are the nicest people in the world.
Definitely. Alright, so let's watch this fucking ugly goblin bitch. Because, this bitch drove me nuts.
Yeah, she's the one that tried to dox the lady. All she wanted to know was her name and her maiden name. And they're like, do you have any questions? She's like, nope.
These people aren't under oath, blah, blah. And they're like, they all signed an affidavit.
And somebody, I don't know if you can pull her up, but somebody posted a video when Biden won her reaction that she was outside yelling, oh, we did it,
Oh, okay, let's watch this bitch because there's a couple of this bitch that are pretty good shit.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, please indulge me. As a woman from the city of Detroit, a woman who has lived, I'm talking about me now, who has lived in the city of Detroit all of my 62 years, and having spoken with many, and by the way, thank you, having spoken with many people who worked the TCF or TFC. TCF.
All right, let's let Representative Johnson continue. And please get to your question, Representative.
I will. So my question really to you, Mr. Chair, I'm going to repeat it again. These people, our guests, are sharing information, just sharing and speaking and speaking. No one is under oath. The world is watching us right now, and the world is watching right now, and there are one person after another who's testifying or who's making allegations, because that's exactly what they are, allegations of wrongdoing in the city of Detroit. I wonder, and I'm going to ask you the question, did you see any cameras at the TCF Center?
Oh, this bitch. She tries to talk like Kamala Harris. I figured out that's what it is. She tries to do that Kamala Harris bullshit where she's like, I'm fucking, you know what I mean?
Did you see any cameras?
Did you see any cameras? So now that we all hate the bitch, let's watch her get shut down.
One area.
I love his fucking comment here too. It was like, somebody call up the Burger King. We have another case.
Yeah, I saw that.
Get this redacted bitch off the plane. Oh, okay, let's watch it.
Representative, I just want to remind you, I think it was the purpose of today's hearing to hear from people across Michigan who witnessed things at the TCF Center. That's why we're here.
Well, you know, here, and I'm not going to argue with you about that. Okay, so they're here, but they're taking so much time, and I see no Detroiters. There is one Detroiter. Stop that.
Please continue, Representative.
And there is one Detroiter, but I have many emails. Since there's no one who you have in this room to represent Detroiters, except a couple of us in this room, I have emails from Detroiters. We've taken, what, 2 hours?
Did you have a question? I'm willing... Please stop yelling. People in the audience, let me handle this. Representative, listen, we've had hearings in the past, as you know. We'll have more hearings. Today, we've invited Mr. Giuliani, and Mr. Giuliani has brought forward witnesses that he says have firsthand knowledge of fraud. That's what we are doing today.
And if we want to find out if...
Please let me finish.
Yes.
All right. So if you want to do other hearings, we're doing more hearings. But today we're here to hear from these people. So do you have a question for these witnesses?
No, I have some concerns, right. Well, many concerns, and I want to just share with you
out of order.
What the concerns
out of order.
are.
Do you have a point of order?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a point of order?
Yes.
What is your point of order?
Point of order is to have them under oath.
You're out of order. As I've said, this is something that is not done here in this state. It's really only...
it may not be done under the state, but you're allowing people to come in here and lie, and I know they're lying.
Representative, you're out of order. I've indulged you, but you're out of order, and we're going to move on.
On behalf of my witnesses, I would like to point out...
Oh, it cut off right there. That was when Giuliani was like, I'd like to point out that they all signed a sworn affidavit saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ.
You can see why I was getting a lot of mileage out of that shit meme today.
That was amazing.
I got a lot of mileage out of that one today. All right, let's go ahead and watch this last one because while we're here, and I got it up. Oh, okay. Here's where Giuliani talks about it. We got to get that in there. And I think the Indian chick said something too.
As of my witnesses, I would like to point out that every single witness we've presented here has sworn an affidavit as to all of these facts.
And so,
Representative, please, I gave you some room there, but we're going to move on. We're going to go.
May I say something, please?
Sure.
If that is what you want me to do, I would do it. And I will still repeat the exact same thing I watched. And you know what? I also want to say one thing. If it is a lie, it may change because a liar has to have a lot of memory power. If it is truth, you can ask me in the middle of the night, it will still be the same.
All right, I'm going to take this here. Please.
As of my witnesses, I would like to point out that every...
I love how she got BTFO'd there. That was good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, at least he put the gobble down. I thought he was going to back off, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But, all right, I indulge you. Now shut the fuck up. You ain't got nothing
Point
to
of order.
say.
Do you know what a point of order is, ma'am? No?
Right.
Okay, then be quiet.
Then you have no business being here at all. Oh, so I usually ignore the trends, but I'm seeing the hashtag Ivanka for prison. So I'm going to go ahead and against my better judgment, going to click on that. Misuse inaugural funds. Ivanka Trump deposed. Let me see. See what these morons are talking about. Ivanka Trump was deposed on Tuesday as part of an ongoing lawsuit from the Washington, D.C. Attorney General.
Oh, shocker.
Which alleges the misuse of funds from President Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017.
No, for Christ's sakes.
New court documents show. D.C. Attorney... This is fucking bullshit. D.C. Attorney General Carl Racine sued Mr. Trump's inaugural committee and the businesses overseeing Trump International Hotel in Washington back in January, claiming the nonprofit inaugural committee coordinated with Trump family members. What a crock of shit. They're just doing that, obviously. Like, it's exactly what you'd expect it to be. They're just doing that shit to fucking...
Yeah, they're throwing stuff on the wall.
Gotta keep the other shit out of the headlines, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And all those monkeys will use their talking points. Oh, Trump is a criminal. Trump is, he's being investigated for fraud now. He's going to jail. All this shit. Like, dude, like, pay attention to what's going on, please.
James is cracking me up over in the chat. They be lying on me. Yo, Anna, I'm trying to finna object.
I know they lied.
I know they be lying. They out here lying.
And shit.
And shit.
Terrible.
She just had to get something in there.
Ma'am, can you please speak normally?
But the other one was like, this has all been debunked. While you're trying to present evidence. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
I'm debunking.
I'm gonna debunk.
In what court of law? In what court of law has this evidence been debunked?
It hasn't. That's the whole point.
That's the point.
It hasn't even been presented, and they try to say it's debunked. The same shit they always fucking do.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
CNN said it's been debunked. That means it's been debunked, man.
Right. Well, you never actually see the debunking of it. You know what I mean?
No, it's just listed as debunked.
But shit that actually has been debunked, like out of Africa theory. You know what I mean? They still act like it's gospel truth.
Or the whole fucking Russian dossier bullshit.
Yeah, they're still holding on to it.
Which is like, it's been proven to be a fucking big pile of garbage that somebody made up. And they still fucking bring it up.
Nobody's ever seen this before, but it's been debunked.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be anyway, so I might as well just say it now. we will declare it as soon as we know about it. We'll just declare it debunked. So there you go.
Right? We'll straw man a fucking piece of it that nobody's actually saying, and then claim that that's false, so that we can say the whole thing has been debunked when it hasn't.
But it's the same thing as we talked about a while back with hate hoaxes. It doesn't matter because they then say, well, this could have happened.
Right.
So therefore, it's
this
justified.
is representative of what black people experience every day. Why do you have to make it up then?
It was real. It was real in my mind.
Right.
Bro, did you see the new one? That bitch
You
who
don't know what it's like to be
printed
a
out.
person of color.
Thankfully, I don't.
The one who printed out the like complaint from her neighbor.
Huh?
Well, no.
Oh
this
yeah,
chick,
the
like-
one that had the note.
Yeah, where it's like,
saying,
yeah, you use the
Oh, yeah,
blender
you
at
use
10
the
a.m.
blender
That's
at
way
10
too
a.m.
early.
Yeah, and they're like, so you know she
Bro.
had to write it herself because only a black person would think 10 a.m. is too early to be writing a blender.
It's like, white people are already at work at that point.
Right? Like, seriously, no, I don't know a single white person that would be like 10 a.m. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you're asleep at 10
Yep.
a.m., you know you're sleeping in at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get
And you
mad at
probably need
somebody
to get the
else
fuck
for
up anyway.
fucking making breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
We value
best
our
part-
Sundays in Denmark, but even on Sundays, the cutoff here is 9 a.m. After that, you go ahead and do whatever.
right?
She had to like humble brag about how much sex she has too,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
was
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
And can you not have sex so loudly? Like,
It's
it's
not
not that good. Like, seriously.
Promise you, sweaty, it's not that good. Fucking amazing. But I mean, I don't know if you noticed, she had like 1 million likes and like 800k retweets or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, black people can do the dumbest fucking shit online, like the
No,
fakest
but-
shit, and just get like cummies
You
for
remember-
fucking days.
Remember the one with like, oh, this kid built a computer, It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He invented a new type of computer.
Yeah, he said
And we're just
invented.
like,
He
he
didn't
needs
know.
to patent that shit, man. White people gonna try to steal it.
Right before
They
white
go
people
steal it
steal
just
it.
like they stole that filament. Thomas Edison, he didn't invent no
I was
light
about to
bulb.
bring that up because there was a thing on Cartoon Network where they were
Yeah.
talking about fucking. Oh, well, Latimer actually invented. You can't have a light bulb without a filament. So then you
No,
go
that was
look at.
yeah, Cartoon Network.
Yeah, so you
with
go
the
look at
Steven
carbon
Universe.
filaments and you get a whole fucking history from like before that dude was even born of them doing it. And then when you look him up, he's like, yeah, he came up with a way to heat treat it so it retains its shape better. Like,
Yeah. Like, are you fucking
there's
shitting
like
me?
he didn't
There's like a
even
crucial
invent the
shot
filament.
in
Yeah.
there. Sorry.
Oh no.
The bit where the cartoon character like spurgs out. She's like, oh, and that's not even talking about why Lewis Latimer did it. He was trying to improve everyone's lives and blah blah blah. The implication being that white people only invent things for personal like monetary gain,
Yeah.
and that really fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, which is
Like,
like,
it was kinda
the exact
subtle in there,
opposite
but-
of the truth. But you ever notice everything they accuse like white people of is Jewish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just gonna toss that out.
Everything that
Our
everything
fellow
weird
whites.
and
Yeah.
stuff that they're doing themselves.
Their
yeah.
whole like image of a white guy and all the things they accuse white people of doing. It's all Jewish.
I saw this great post the other day that was from Paul that it was like take all the advertisements that has like a mixed couple and just Photoshop a big nose on the woman, and put it back out there,
Yeah, that Cartoon Network ad was fucking bad, dude. And then there was like a Nickelodeon one where some like disgusting little 5 foot tall Jay was putting out like a casting call for non-binary and trans kids.
Oh, you mean little
Yep.
fucking Cohen? That whatever the fuck that guy's
Cohen,
name is.
yeah,
Randy
yeah,
Cohen or
yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
Yep.
Disgusting. Literal god. Like he's literally a little pot-bellied goblin.
Yeah.
Little
He looks like Danny
pot-bellied
DeVito's The
goblin.
Penguin.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we want trans kids. We want them. I don't know, bro. It was
non-binary.
difficult to not post.
Right.
It still is. I'm having a hard time. Rein it in.
I was trying to look
Yeah.
at what you posted in the group chat there, but of course, all the knickers always keep me blocked. The one Wally post, so I have to like open it in a incognito window to look at it and shit.
One Wally has you blocked?
No, all the knickers, because it's from Nick Fuentes, Fren. He quote tweeted.
Yeah, it was the Giuliani fart.
Rudy Giuliani farts in committee hearing.
Oh. Nice.
Well, that's really helping the movement there, isn't it? You know, these fucking great
Oh.
fucking... It was very, very, very eye-opening there. Very revealing.
Yeah. I heard that there's some conspiracy that he does those crazy things to get the news to pick it up. Like, oh, he farted, and then people watch the video, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, to bait him in, to post it everywhere, you know?
That's genius. If that's, I really hope that's true because that's fucking genius.
It's crazy. Yeah, with the leaking
That
thing
man
from
is
his
1,000
head, you know?
steps ahead. That man is 1,000 steps ahead.
Yeah. Did you get it?
What's up?
Were you able to open it?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, good. That's why I was talking about Giuliani farted.
It can't be as good as the Biden fart.
I was like, I went through
Do you guys
all
remember
that
that
for that. Yeah, the Biden fart was pretty good. Because he was probably crap.
Or when Nadler shit himself.
Hey, Trillbread donated a
He's
diamond.
like waddling away.
Trillbread donated a diamond, said, have a great show. Thank you, Trillbread. We will have a great show.
Wait, Trillbread. That's the guy he's doing like a 24-hour Murdoch stream on here.
Oh, really? Nice.
Extremely based. Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta
Didn't
check
know
it out.
that.
Like,
I'll have to
stream
check-
me.
Maybe I can host. Maybe I'll host it on here. While
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I just noticed him today.
after the show.
Sick dude.
we can have Murdoch while in the off time. That'd be cool.
Yep.
Now that I have the ability to host people, I figure I should maybe do that occasionally.
Yep.
Sean Cat says, when both the Knickers and the Borzoi fanboys block you, hashtag winning. Oh, spitting straight facts there, bud. Are you still on Twitter, Trillbread? Oh, yeah, I followed you like 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, me too. I love the
CEO
first
racism.
picture. Yeah, every time he comes back, posts that picture that says, you know,
Yep.
with the little girl like, follow me with an Uzi, you know. Yeah, I love that account.
Yep, I followed you many times.
Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu Groiber too popped up again today.
Yeah,
I
he
missed
just
the
came back
commish.
today.
Where the hell's the commish?
I know, he has some of the best content too.
Oh my god, you know, the mud sharks are running amok, you know?
I think I might follow you now. If not, I'm about to. I followed one of your accounts not too long ago, but they don't last very long either, so. Did I spell it wrong? Yes. That's why.
Yeah, that's always the first message. Follow me if you're a
Yep.
racist, homophobe.
Yeah, I
Gotta
haven't
love
followed that account yet, but now I have, so.
Yeah, let me look it
Good
up
to
now.
go.
I want to get into the monolith thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Not gonna be on
because
for
there
that
was-
much longer, so that is
uh,
just kings that did that.
Because I wasn't, I mean, I always thought the thing was fake and gay. I thought it was fake and gay from the beginning. And then, then the
I
first one
remember on the-
disappeared and they started popping up all over the place. There was one in Romania, another one in California. And I actually have that video bookmarked so we can play that too of the guys taking it down.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's great.
I remember seeing the first video. They kind of got close to it, and I thought I saw like screws, like where they put it together.
Yeah,
You
like,
know,
you can
it's
see,
like-
it looks like it's like made out of like bent sheet metal or something.
I had
like,
watched
bro,
the guy.
right?
I had watched the guy who did it, who went to go see it, the one in Utah or whatever. He's kind of a spurg, so I don't watch him that much, but I saw he was there, so I looked at it for a minute. He would say you could see rivets in it and shit. So
Rivets, exactly. Yeah.
Why would they bother to do that? Why not fucking weld it? Just fucking weld it together. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
That
with
was
whoever
my
made it?
first thought. Like, why not weld it?
Weld it and yeah, get someone who's competent with a good TIG welder, and somebody who knows how to do good metal finishing.
I thought I had
Make
that one
that shit look like it's
bookmarked.
one whole homogeneous piece.
God damn it! Now I gotta find it because I don't have it bookmarked.
You'd still be able to tell it was hollow, though.
But somebody posted it in
Yeah,
our
but-
chat, right? So I should be able to find it pretty easy.
Yeah. And then they already showed a guy that went over there and was like crying next to it, like, "Oh, I missed it," Like, what?
Yeah, I just threw that in the GC. Actually, I wasn't because
yeah, I see it. Like,
dying. He looks like what was that dude's name from 2016? Fucking AIDS Skrillex, whatever.
Oh, no, I
he
have
looks
to
like
do
him.
it.
he's a white male, white male.
Exact same phenotype.
I hate how Twitter does that. Where they can't fucking.
And look at the floor, like you actually see the thing where they had it up. It's like how cheap.
Yeah, you see like rebar sticking out. Yeah.
Rebar.
And these aliens are using rebar. It's fascinating.
Fascinating. They must be on a parallel technological fucking whatever.
I heard Calypso saying, "Hey, I want to get a group together. I'm wondering. I mean, allegedly, if it was somebody,
I asked him. He said it wasn't him.
All right. Just I don't want to accuse her, but want to send them a shout out,
I have a feeling it might actually be like Nick Fuentes fans. Kind of seem like. I thought somebody had posted it in the Fren Report live chat. Now I gotta really fucking look for it. God damn it.
It was there earlier today.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Did it? Maybe it got deleted or something? Because I didn't see it in the chat.
Yeah, but look up. What I want you to do is look up the actual Vice article that talks about it. And they're like, these racists, saying that Christ is
All right.
king,
I'll
and
do
like,
that. That'll be better anyway. Let me see.
aliens are gay. They were
Yeah, how
saying.
dare they say Christ is king, those sons of bitches.
Aliens are gay. He said that. Yeah, watch. Yeah, just pull up the Vice article.
Who exactly are they being racist to? The aliens, or?
Here it is.
Yeah.
Mysterious monolith update. Racists destroy California monolith. Proclaim Christ superior to space aliens. Oh, they get so mad about it, too. That's hilarious.
I just saw the picture in group chat. I didn't know that aliens used rebar.
Oh, they streamed it on D-Live because I'm recognizing some of the names and some of the emotes in the chat here. Oh, that's hilarious.
It's extremely based.
All right, so I'll read their shit. The new California monolith was torn down overnight by a group of right-wing young men who live-streamed their vandalism in a grainy video posted on the blockchain streaming site D-Live. In the video, a group of 3 men are seen pushing the statue over and chanting, "America first and Christ is king." See, I told you it was Knickers.
Oh.
The men, one of whom was wearing a Make America Great Again headband, called part of the monolith construction gay. To replace the monolith with a wooden cross. It is a decidedly bleak turn in the ongoing monolith saga that has generally been a delightful distraction for a world wrecked by a pandemic.
God, that's so fucking gay.
Christ is king in this country. We don't want the illegal aliens from Mexico or outer space, the man in the video says. So let's tear this bitch down.
From Mexico or your Mars, you're not welcome here.
As the group of three struggle to the top of the 200-pound statue, they can be heard chanting as they sway it back and forth. Eventually, the monolith's base breaks and it falls to the ground. The group then places a wooden cross near the side of the monolith. They go on to pose and take pictures with the two pieces of plywood, all stepping with one boot on the monolith as if it's a hunting trophy. After the photo shoot, they tie ropes around the monolith and drag it down the mountain, calling it names and cheering. It was a learning experience. Nobody got arrested. It was fine because it was funny, a man says on the stream after the monolith was taken down. The California monolith was discovered Wednesday atop Pine Mountain in Atascadero. Alright, that's probably all the funny shit. We can watch the video though. Well, no we can't. Apparently they removed it. Or Vice can't successfully put a link in.
That is also a
so-called alien obelisks.
All right, I got it here. Let me
cross.
Get this pulled up. Somebody put it on Streamable or something. Because they tried to link to the... I think they tried to link to the DLive replay or something. I don't know, because it didn't... Oh, Light Blight, you will not die not knowing... I will not let you die not knowing what blockchain means, bud. There it is. Bam. Alright. Let's see this shit.
So-called alien obelisks and more of the cross right here. Because Christ is king of this country. We don't want illegal aliens from Mexico or outer space. So let's tear this bitch down. Come on. Christ is king. Christ is king. Christ is king. Christ is king. It's like bolted down right here. America first. What do we got here? Hold up. Now you just pull it out.
Here. Oh, here, let me try to push it over the other way.
We're gonna have to dig it out.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, maybe you rotate it like that. So-called alien obelisks and more of the cross right here. Because Christ is king of this country. We don't want illegal aliens from Mexico or outer space. So let's tear this bitch down. Come on.
Okay, that was it. And that was not very entertaining. I have to say.
Yeah. It's like the story was much better than the video. It's pretty funny though.
Them are Mexicans, but in space, yo.
Right. Yeah, like I thought, that yeah, it was definitely Knickers that did that, you know.
It's funny to see Knickers tearing something down for once.
Well, Hot Stuff over here dropping a couple diamonds too. You don't even have to put a message because you're on the stream, so. Or did he leave?
Uh-oh.
He might have left, actually. Because I knew he had to leave. I didn't realize Banana, Pepper, and Murray were in here. So I think, well, apparently Hot Stuff had to leave because he said he was going to have to go in a minute, so.
It's Hot
Yeah,
Stuff.
I messaged you guys in the Twitter room there, but I was just sitting back listening.
Cool.
On that note, I actually have to leave.
All right, Mazzy.
Take it easy, Mazzy.
Take it easy.
See you, Mazzy.
Yeah.
See you later, man.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good day,
Take
brother.
it easy, Mazzy.
We'll see you later.
Later.
Yeah, right. Is that PBR, the beer of kings?
Yeah.
There we go.
That's my beer I drink when I don't feel like drinking real beer.
That's not very patriotic Canadian of you. You should be drinking
No,
Molson.
Oh,
like a fucking Canadian.
Yeah,
Or Labatt.
Or Labatt Blah.
Yeah, I like
Is that my Moosehead? Is that it? Moosehead?
Moosehead's a Nova Scotian beer.
Yeah, Moosehead is actually pretty
It's all
good.
fucking same shit. It's all Canada, isn't it?
Whoa.
They're all the same.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
Nova
like
Scotia, man. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
California, Texas,
Nova
New York City.
Scotia.
California, Texas, New York City, they're all the same place.
It's like naming
Yeah,
ice
it's all
cubes.
America.
You know?
It's all
accent
the
is
U.S. and fucking
Much
A, bro.
thicker.
Well, Canada
Except
is
for
just
New
like
York. New York
naming,
can go
you
fuck
know,
itself.
different parts of Canada is just like naming ice cubes, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. All the press, they never even say the city in Canada. They just say, like, the province in Canada. Oh, in Ontario, Canada. It's like we have no cities or anything. It's fucking hilarious. There's no wonder you guys don't know anything about our fucking country.
Yeah.
I always thought
I didn't even know you were
Ontario was a
Canadian,
city.
bro.
But Molson is actually pretty good. I like Molson. In the stubby bottles with the fucking funny labels.
Oh, yeah.
Very Canadian. Very.
I was never a big fan of Molson products myself. Usually, if I'm drinking a beer, if I'm drinking a domestic, it's Labatt's 50. That's
And
a nice
just for my-
skunky ale.
Yeah.
Just for my American friends, my favorite beer is Miller Genuine Draft. Just so you know.
That one's pretty decent.
It's all about
I like
Natty Daddy.
Miller. I like Miller High Life, Coors Banquet,
I was about to say, I've been drinking a lot of that lately.
Budweiser, and Dos Equis is my favorite.
No mames, güey. Dos Equis.
Yeah, man. I like Mexican beer.
We
We
usually
don't get
drink
Genuine
like
Draft anymore. Or High Life, I mean.
in America. I
Well, so
usually
this,
drink local
okay,
microbrewers and shit, whatever.
Hipster.
Hipster, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really drink.
Because I usually get beer
occasionally,
that's like
a-
at least 7%. So
Mm.
that's
Yeah,
why.
Oh, God forbid you support local
Position, yes.
business, or else you'll be labeled a hipster.
Right.
Wait, have you guys ever had Natty Daddy?
No,
I've
sounds
heard
good.
of it.
It's like the 8% version of Natty Light.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Doesn't
dirt
sound
cheap.
good.
Oh,
Does
it's
it taste
amazing. I love it.
Does it taste like stronger piss?
Yeah, pretty much. And I put it in my when I make carnitas too. I use it as like the brazier.
Oh, that's
it's
that's
fucking
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think my
Beer's real
favorite,
good for-
my favorite beer in the winter is Dirty Bastards Scotch Ale. That shit's fucking awesome. Strong and tasty and fucking awesome.
Beer?
Beer.
A lot of
Beer.
shit from Sam Adams is good too, like their winter, their fucking winter.
Yeah, what do they call it? Winter Welcome, I think.
Yeah, they're like
No,
their
that's
fucking
the same.
their
That's-
variety packs they sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the Christmas one or the winter one that's got like the spices in it. That one's pretty fucking tasty.
Mm. Yeah.
What I like about the PBR is it tastes the same everywhere I go. Like
That's
when I have
true.
been down to the States, it always tastes the same. Like there's nothing weird about it. But there's a few American beers that I've gotten down to the States and they don't taste the same as they do in Canada because they brew some of them up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go, oh, okay, this is what this tastes like. You go to the States, like we used to go down to Detroit for shows once in a while. I actually saw the Meteors just outside of Detroit. But go get a beer there. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? This is not the same beer. But there's some actually there's quite a few the local breweries around here. Which I won't name for obvious reasons. One of them I actually only frequent because a friend of mine runs it. I don't even like his beer, to be honest, and it's really expensive, but I go there once in a while just to buy some of his beer. It's not bad, but it's hipster shit, right?
Yeah. Hipster shit, man.
I used to work at a hipster brewery. It was fucking terrible.
Like, how much fucking hops can we cram into this? I think we've had this conversation before. Hops was just there to give a little bit of flavor, not fucking completely drown it out.
The funniest thing about like hipster bars, ones that brew their own beer, everybody who works there is like under 25, but they have a fucking like rock solid pot belly of a 40-year-old. They work there, and after work every night, these motherfuckers would drink several of these, high carb or whatever, these IPAs and shit,
Mm-hmm.
So they were all fat and looked old as fuck. I don't know, man. It was just weird. Like, I'd never worked at a bar before, especially one where every employee was like a heavy drinker, like a daily drinker. And it's just like, good God, dude, these people look
I don't
like
know how you can work in a bar and not drink every day. That would be fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of. I don't drink much, but when I do, it's usually like bourbon or whiskey.
I love bourbon. I love bourbon and rye. They're my favorites. Single malt scotch is pretty good too.
Yeah, my brother used to be really into like single malt scotches.
Oh, you know what I really like? It's an
Try
Irish
some
whiskey.
of this, dude.
It's an Irish whiskey, but it's Tullamore Dew because it's it's
Jameson.
peat smoked. I like Tullamore Dew way better because it's peat smoked, but it's sour mash, so it's like got the best parts of bourbon and the best parts of scotch. It's fucking good.
I never used to drink scotch. I had a couple friends who were into it, and come have a glass of this scotch. It's like $150 bottle or $200 bottle. I'm like, don't waste it on me, man. I'm not interested. And then a friend of mine got me a bottle of 18-year-old Glenfiddich for my birthday once, and they got it cheap. They got it cheap in Ireland.
Yeah.
They brought it back, so it was like a $30 bottle there or something.
Yeah, you can get
Canada
single malt pretty cheap here too in Bulgaria. So
in Canada, the same bottle would have been like $180-$190.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you can get like 18-year-old Glenfiddich here. It's like the same price as like Jim Beam here.
Yeah.
I always used to drink Jim Beam or cheap bourbon like that. I don't know. I always liked it.
I want to ask you a question. So I'm not much of a whiskey drinker, but I want to get into it. As a beginner, will I know right away? Will I be able to taste the difference between a good whiskey and like shitty whiskey?
Yes.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think so.
No, you can because of the fucking the like roughness of it.
But you also might drink a fancy whiskey, an expensive whiskey, and not fucking like it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think a lot of it's like a very acquired taste.
As pretentious and gay as that sounds, it's 100% true.
It's
100% true. It's like, this tastes like shit, and then, you drink it again with maybe have a cigar, and you're just like, oh, wait a minute, I get it.
Yeah.
This tastes like a fucking barrel.
I would say start with like the basics, like Jim Beam or something.
I don't like Jim Beam. I don't like Jack Daniels.
Wild
I tried
turkey.
Knob Creek. Wasn't a big fan of that one.
Like I said, it's an acquired taste.
It is. Scotch is too.
The Scotch is too, yeah.
That's why, like, I got the that Glenfiddich I got was so smooth, dude. So fucking smooth. It was just like a little sip, and I'm like, oh, I understand why people want to continually taste this shit, right? Because, you know.
What is the smoothness? Is that like the harshness of it? Like how much of like the what is that?
Well, it's think of drinking an alcoholic beverage where it's not like you're not choking on the fucking shit because it's burning your fucking throat out.
Yeah, it's something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can sit there like I could take a glass of I like ice, and a lot of people think I'm a fucking heretic for putting ice in my scotch.
Fucking
but
pussy.
Yeah, I like ice in it, but take a glass of it.
You're
and
Canadian, so you know.
Take a sip. Yeah, like everything cold. Take a sip of it, and you're not like I either have to spit this out or chug it down right now. You can actually like taste it. And
I
enjoy it.
know people who'd think you were a heretic for drinking it straight. You know, there's people who argue that like ice or a little bit of water, unlocks the flavor or whatever.
I know what you're
Like those faggots who like to drink beer warm. What kind of a fucking motherfucking piece of shit drinks warm beer?
Yes.
I want to go to the UK. I want to go to the UK and just kick the shit out of everybody I see drinking a warm beer.
Hey,
Tell them to grow a pair of fucking balls.
I don't put my beer in the fridge, buddy. You got a problem with that?
You don't have to. You're in Canada.
I do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's-
my warm beers are like you're ice cold.
Right.
There's worse things. I've seen people put tomato juice in their beer or clamato
Oh,
juice
no, that's-
here.
I like that,
That's
dude.
just
Fucking
good.
gross.
That's just
No.
good. The fucking enchiladas, yeah.
Why would you
Yeah,
cut?
the Modelo ones are my favorite.
Why would you cut beer though? Like it's
Well, if you're
already
having
like,
lunch
at
and
the
it's-
right strength. You know what I mean?
No, if you're having lunch and you're having a couple pints and you don't want to be pulled
Yeah.
over.
I like those.
Also in the morning.
I think
I like
honestly,
the-
that's why the Mexicans do it because
Oh,
they drink
Chad donated a diamond too. Thanks.
All the time.
No message. Thanks, Chad. I like.
Also, you put like tahini in it too for added
What's
flavor.
that? What's that
I don't even know
fucking
what that
beer?
is.
It's what's it? Is it the Budweiser? It was Budweiser came out with it, and it was aged in the fucking the bourbon barrels. Or they store the beer in bourbon barrels. It was fucking
Oh,
like.
I remember that. I remember that.
Oh, you're talking about it was like the copper.
Yeah, the
Budweiser?
copper label or some shit.
Yeah.
Like sticking, yeah,
Something like that.
that was alright.
I never drink it because, but there was one that's a really good ale that they aged in bourbon barrels that I was drinking. It came in 4-packs. I forget what it was called, but it was fucking good.
What's your thoughts on Guinness?
It's been
All right.
a while since the extra. It's got to be the extra stout. The Guinness Draught is fucking crap.
Correct. Yeah. It's got to have the ball in it. The little whatever they call it.
They don't do that anymore. I don't think.
I
Yeah,
don't.
they do in can. They do here. They still get the cans with the little fizzy ball in there.
Because I got a 6-pack of that stuff one time, and it wasn't really. You open it up, and it was like, yeah, the little ball in there wasn't in there.
like
yeah,
the
there's two different kinds. There's like the original kind, like what
the
Jacob
extra
was talking
stout.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, extra stout, and then there's stuff that's just in bottles, and it's not even Guinness, honestly.
Yeah. Well, no. Again,
the-
the Guinness Extra Stout comes in bottles. The stubby bottles.
Yeah.
Like a Molson Canadian kind of shaped bottle.
I don't know. The ones I get are like really tall. They come in a 4-pack.
They got that.
and they're super
They got that
tall
Baltimore.
cans.
They got that Baltimore distillery now, where they get their where they're making that Baltimore blonde.
Yeah. I was never a fan of blonde
tried that
beer,
yet.
so.
Are you a fan of blonde women?
I'm not. Redheads are my favorite, but I'm not. I'm not opposed to blondes by any means.
Ginger Master Race.
Goddamn right.
Hey.
My favorite thing is these people who, they buy Grey Goose and they tout how awesome it is, how expensive it is, and the fuckers are mixing it with Diet Coke, and you're like, what? For real?
Vodka's just
Oh,
trash.
I
fucking
could
hate
taste the
vodka.
difference. Yum.
Did you guys see that Absolute vodka ad with like the two blacks and a white guy in the middle? They were like homosexuals cuddling.
Oh, Jesus.
Glad I didn't.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's pretty gay.
It's extremely
Thanks, Jamie.
fucking gay.
Thanks.
I'll throw it in the GC for you guys. Don't worry.
Isn't that some Swedish shit? Absolute or French? Some fucking Euro
I
trash,
honestly
isn't it?
don't know. It's like some shitty vodka.
You don't see Tito's doing that shit.
You will.
Virtue says
probably.
Boddington's is better than Guinness. I kind of like.
Yep.
I kind of
Absolute
like
is produced in
Boddington's. Yeah, it's
Aarhus,
pretty good stuff.
Southern Sweden.
They are pretty good.
I'll probably have to go to like a fucking Total Wines and More just to get like some of these fucking beers. Except for the
Samuel
Guinness.
Smith's is better.
Go to the store and get that.
Samuel
Kilkenny
Smith is
Creek.
better than Boddington's.
Kilkenny's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good too.
Kilkenny's pretty good too. Yeah, I do like Kilkenny.
And the parent
But,
company of Absolute is Pernod Ricard. Pernod Ricard. I don't fucking speak French, but it's a French company.
Porno Ricard.
Porno Richard.
Pornardo.
Pornardo.
I'm never touching one of their products.
So yeah, so the Sweden and the French teaming up for fucking gay interracial propaganda.
Yeah.
And
On the
and
hair
worse than
color
that,
tip, I
like-
will say this: that like, much prefer the natural hair color, no matter what it is, as opposed to any other thing.
Yeah.
So it's just
What? Fluorescent blue is it natural?
Well, no,
What's
what I'm
so-
saying, even if like they bleach their hair blonde or they dye their hair red or whatever, I'd rather just
I know what you mean,
just
buddy.
leave it alone.
Yeah.
But
well,
like
there's
the
always
worst-
there's always one really good way to tell.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well,
Bush.
Get them drunk
Eyebrows.
enough, and then you ask them to pull their pants down. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's not 100% though, because like
Does the carpet match the drapes?
I like Jamie's
The carpet
reaction. Like,
match
Jesus
grapes.
Christ, dude.
This
Yeah.
guy.
No, the drapes, but
Yeah, no, but I meant for him getting them drunk, willing to pull it out their
I got
pants.
it. Yeah.
But anyway, real quick about that Absolute ad. The thing that bothered me is, like, of course you see like gay shit everywhere, right? But this ad specifically was the white guy was in the middle of these
he
two
was
blacks,
getting
right?
blacked.
Right. He was. I mean, the implication, like the artistic implication of the composition, is that he gets spit roasted. That he's,
he
the,
was,
you know what I mean?
that
It made it so much fucking worse than just like an ad with two dudes. You know what I mean? Or three dudes.
Yeah,
Also,
he
that
was
or
he was
three
the
guys.
twink there.
It all sounds very gay.
Dude, I kind of
Yeah.
got to see this now. I want to post it to my Twitter. Calling out degeneracy.
Caused me deep, deep pain.
Yeah.
Does he? Here's the question though: are they booty bumping?
Bro, you know they're booty bumping that Absolute.
Oh my god! Just sticking it right up the rectum, and you know, actually, that's a
I
thing.
think I saw a funnel in the background.
That's a thing that
Alright,
people do.
let's find another topic of
Regurgitating it like a baby bird.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's find another topic of conversation. We were gonna talk about blockchain stuff, but then Hot Stuff had to leave, so next time he comes on. But there was some
Yeah, damn,
stuff.
I want to hear that.
We probably should have led with that, but I'll talk about that plenty because that's what I do. So. Oh, what else do we have to talk about tonight? There's some more shit. I know that for sure.
I've been seeing a lot of the Clinton, Bush, and Obama shit. Have you guys? It's been everywhere. Like it's plastered fucking everywhere. That they're willing to take the COVID vaccine on
God,
live
they're so
TV.
brave.
Like okay.
All I want to know is
injections of sugar water for the politicians while everyone else gets fucking poisoned.
all I want to know is where's the evidence of election fraud? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. Have you?
No, man, that's all been debunked.
It's been debunked.
But there's no evidence. I don't think they could say that one anymore, at least.
They're going to.
Oh, well,
you know they're going
evidence,
to.
but it wasn't widespread. It doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let me go ahead and like look at just like Google News real quick, just to see
Yeah,
if
it's
they
gonna
even
be
like
all-
mention this shit. You know
They
what I mean?
will. They'll. I guarantee you, the first headline will be Donald Trump or one of his allies tout false claims of voter fraud. That'll be
see.
how they talk about it.
Well, here's the top headline: California is days away from a regional stay-at-home order.
Oh no, that's
CNN
that happened, I
exclusive. Biden says he will ask Americans to wear masks for the first 100 days he's in office.
Yeah.
Momentum built for bipartisan $908 billion stimulus package. Bush, Clinton,
Does that
Obama to
include
publicly
checks?
get coronavirus vaccine to quell American skepticism. Wind fans wildfire in California canyons. David Perdue appears to tacitly acknowledge Biden's victory in video call with not a mention on Google. Let's see. Let's look at CNN. See what their front page says.
Probably Biden. And
Trump accused of attempt. What? There's their top. Trump accused of attempt to sabotage the government.
Jesus
Christ. You're fucking shitting me.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna fucking try turning this back around on us. I knew it. This is fucking.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the bit. is
You're
to
the ones guilty
accuse-
of voter fraud, Goyam. How do we
Right,
know
you
are
accuse your
cheating,
enemy
Goyam?
of the thing that you're doing. It's a classic Jewish trick.
So, yeah, I gotta look at this now to see what they're trying to say here. An
and just
attempt
real
to
quick-
sabotage Trump's potential purge of career employees cast Paul across. Oh, they're getting mad because he's firing everybody.
Suck it, nerds.
Oh, I think I want to finally use this because I set this up when I first. Oh wait, is it? There it is. Bam. Oh, I gotta move this. Good.
But yeah, there's no stimulus checks in that $900 billion
Mhm.
package, and the unemployment is only $300 a week, not the
Yeah, it's
600
crap.
it was previously.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
total
crap.
shit.
not much better in Canada.
Who's mad?
Murray, check your Twitter. I sent you a treat.
I just never gotten to use that one before, so I figured I should use it sometime.
Oh my god, the fucking mustache. Holy shit, dude. Christ. And the
Sorry.
one black guy being in between their knees. Oh Jesus Christ!
I'm not even looking at
it's
that
actually
shit.
kind of worse than.
No, I only sent it to Murray because I knew you didn't want to see it.
No, I'm gonna retweet it and tag you, Walrus.
No.
You can't make me look. Oh, Chad Shed has sent 3 diamonds so far.
I'm gonna tag Zara too because I bet it'll turn her on.
Oh, she'll like that, yeah.
What is this? What are you tweeting?
Her type of shit.
Some homoerotic fucking vodka ad.
No, fuck.
It's the state of the West.
Interracial.
That's what it fucking
Homoerotic.
is.
Well, and that stimulus shit is pretty because like they're closing everything back down again, but they're like, oh fuck you, you don't need to like pay your fucking bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I see to combine with that, they've got like the fucking squad out here saying, "Oh, we need to abolish rent and mortgage payments and blah blah blah." It's just so fucking stupid, dude.
So what? You
It's
just
so
give
fake.
everybody free land? Like that doesn't make any sense.
I guess I don't understand it either, which is just I don't know.
It's all part of the Great Reset. You don't own property anymore. This is
We'll
the whole
solve
pretense
homelessness.
of this
We'll just
COVID-19
give them all
shit.
houses. Duh.
No, you rent off the government, man.
Yeah,
That's what they want to do.
That reminds me. Did you guys see AOC's new merch?
Yes,
Oh
I did.
Bro, did you see that one of them is literally a perversion of Man Above a Sea of Fog?
Oh, the only one I saw was
Oh,
the
jeez.
drink water and don't be racist.
Oh yeah, there's like three other
What?
ones. There's like a tax the rich sweatshirt that's $58.
Oh yeah, and the tax the rich that's like a $60 fucking.
The cunt above a sea of fog. That one that got under my fucking skin because that just felt like an absolute like slap in our faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is she brown?
Pissing on us.
Is she brown?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
It looks like it's supposed to be her, like instead of the Wanderer up there. You know what I mean?
She is Latina.
Disgusting.
Puerto Rican. Isn't she Puerto Rican?
They all look the same to me. I don't even know.
Well, she's actually part Jewish.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's half
no
Jewish. half Puerto
shit.
Rican, isn't
No
she?
shit.
Dude,
Oh, that's
and
where
Aaron,
those tits came from.
You could actually look up the Washington Post, I believe, story where she said she was. She's like the picture they used. She's rubbing her hand like a happy merchant.
No shit.
Yeah, I'll post it in the chat or if I can find it.
God in heaven. Well, that explains the milkers, though. That's another classic trick.
But yeah, so like CNN hasn't mentioned a single one of these fucking, like Lightblight was saying. CNN hasn't fucking mentioned a single one of these fucking hearings. You know? But, I mean, who's not on Twitter so everybody sees this shit? We'll see what the New York Times has to say here.
I feel like the TV, like news, you know, CNN, MSNBC type shit, like that's just there to trick boomers and dum-dums who like still watch TV.
Right?
Yeah.
I might have to take a look at fucking... Because I stopped watching Tucker, you know what I mean? I think we all did.
Yeah, I never
I
watched
think even
him.
Appalachia quit.
Yeah. So
I never Yeah.
So I might watch tomorrow's or tonight's tomorrow, just to see what he's saying now, because like he went on the whole thing, oh blah blah, you know, and then now there's all this evidence. I wonder if he even mentions it, you know.
Yeah, all right. Go check out that link I posted in the D Live chat. You can see her rubbing her hands.
New York Times here.
It was USA
California,
Today.
life and death in a COOF center. Not a word. Trump associates said to have been scrutinized on suspected pardon scheme. They're just coming up with bullshit.
Of course they are.
Oh yeah. While the fucking this is their headline, or it's on the front page here anyway. Here's their headline: is it Georgia was a big win for Democrats. Black women did the groundwork.
Hide suitcases underneath the table.
Yep. Like they did, and we caught them. And see, but that's what I was saying, because they used them. You know, the long noses used them to do the shit because they knew they could fucking talk them into it, so that we'll all be pissed off at the blacks after fucking 2020. How could you not be? You know what I mean? Not that we liked them to begin with, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, not a big fan or anything, but
We'll see what Bezos has to say. Washington Post. Just to see what like moronic bullshit they say, which is like nothing. All right, vaccine top of the list. Grueling, disheartening burnout is stalking the country's nursing homes.
Oh my
there's
fucking
some
God.
fucking news, right?
they're starting back up with the nurses. There's been a bunch of them posting on social media, you know, like, hey, someone just died. Here's a selfie of me.
Yeah.
Who Biden's gonna pick as a quote pick as the Surgeon General. Trump raises $495 million since mid-October, including a haul fueled by misleading appeals about election fraud.
Do you think that anybody believes that Biden is actually picking any of these people? Like, even the shitlib, like, progressives, do you think that they actually fucking believe that Biden is making any decisions about anything?
I'm not going to even pretend to understand these people.
I think an awful lot of them. I think an awful lot of them are actually fucking happy that he's half senile. I think they're happy knowing that he's just a fucking puppet.
Yeah, well, they don't like him anyway. They don't like him anyway, and they're just going to rage against him.
Yeah.
Anyway, they already are, so it's like, whatever, you know.
It's so fucking retarded.
But he's better than Trump.
Mind-boggling.
You know.
Well, if you're okay with revealing your power level, I would ask them that question, and if they say yes, he is appointing them.
White House Communications Director resigns in tacit nod to Trump's loss. Alyssa Farah. Has anybody even heard of that bitch before? Alyssa Farah.
No.
Never heard of her. No. Served for 3.5 years in the Trump administration. Well, she wasn't very high up in it, was she? Because I never heard of her.
Yeah.
And I've watched.
She was the gal who went. She was the gal who went and got coffees for everybody.
Right.
And guess what? The coffee was just fucking never right, so they told her to fuck off one too
White
many
House
times.
Communications Director. Like, what does that even mean? Oh,
I think it's like one of those like fluff positions, you know?
Shit. Yeah. Was I like under McEnany somewhere? And what was her name before that? I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows.
Speaking of chat, Dank Ash. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he brought up
Donkashe.
Oh, okay.
Or
Donkashe.
Donkashe.
CNN put out a story about like registration cards that you're gonna get when you get the vaccine, you know, and it like says how many doses you've had and when your next one is and blah blah blah. And I mean, it's funny because we were all saying that, you know, that was the shot. That, you know, the government can't make you do it, but your job can not let you back until you've got your fucking registration card, your COVID card.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm worried about.
This is all laid out in the Great Reset, guys. Like it's old news almost. It's all going to be papers, please. It might be papers, please, just for you to even go state to state, city to city.
Yeah, they've been talking about it when they were, because we were talking about it 20 fucking years ago. You know what I mean?
I was about to say that.
What they're going to put in.
These crazy conspiracy theorists who fucking 20 years ago or fucking more.
Yep.
Were crying about the mark of the beast. You won't be able to do any business without the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
It's all there. It's all there. And
like, oh, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, they're going to start rolling it out about 2020. Oh, look, it's 2020, and look what they're fucking doing.
It's just wild to see them, like, blatantly do it, like, right in front of everyone's faces, you know what I mean? And then live. Go ahead.
What fucking infuriates me is the same fucking people who 20 years ago were going, that's fucking crazy, it's never gonna fucking happen. Those same people are going, you better get your fucking shot. What are you doing? You don't believe in science? You don't believe in fucking science? You're gonna fucking you're a murderer if you don't get your fucking vaccine, buddy. And you're like, dude, I told you personally 20 years ago this shit was gonna fucking go down.
Yep.
Like you
That's why I've been trying to get my system up that'll actually provide a fucking alternative that you'll be able to take charge of your own finances and shit in various different ways.
If I can't fucking work, if I can't make money, it doesn't matter what fucking financial system there is.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that's what I meant. You'll be able to take care. Like you work for yourself. Like.
No, I know, but I mean, like, I can't just get $60,000 for a garage and another $80,000 for equipment and convince enough people to come to my shop because they'll just all be going to the fucking vaccine shops.
Yeah, I mean, I do have plans for being able to do stuff like that, but
no, my point is that I won't be able to pay it back even if I can fucking get the money. It's gonna be very hard over the next few years if we don't gain any ground over the next decade. Like, it's gonna be very fucking hard. I'm not saying even when it's at its bleakest, it's not over, and I don't want anybody to be fucking black-pilled. Like, if it looks like it's fucking actually prison planned and everything's fucking going crazy, that doesn't mean it's over. That's not the end.
No.
But it's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, it's definitely that's what they're trying to do.
Hey Jacob,
Yeah.
speaking of the cryptocurrency and that, and tied into everything else what we're talking about, I read an article from I think it was Rashida Tlaib or one of those.
Yeah, I actually have
bots.
that pulled up.
She was gonna go in and they're trying to make all crypto go through the banking system and the federal government.
Yeah,
try
I
to
actually
try to
have that
control
pulled
that.
up because I was going to talk about it but then I was like, okay, I'll talk about it when Hot Stuff is around. But I will go through it a little bit because it's Rashida Tlaib is putting in this fucking stable coin tethering and bank licensing enforcement, the Stable Act. It says it protects consumers. Obviously, it doesn't protect anybody but fucking banks.
Just a backdoor.
Because they require stablecoin issuers to register as a bank. You get a banking license or whatever. How did they put it here?
Yeah, it's not good.
Require any prospecting issuer of a stablecoin to obtain a banking charter. That's the top of it. How does that help anybody but the fucking banks?
Yeah.
Oh, you just don't understand finance, Goy.
Which is whatever, because I could actually probably get a banking charter here in Bulgaria. So I do have like a money changer's license to be able to. So like, you know.
Oh my.
Bro, I'll bank with you.
Well, why would
And rubbing intensifies.
Right.
Why would Rashida Tlaib
make your own bank, bigot? Start your own bank,
Oh,
bigot.
On it. Yes, I will.
Why would
Bank of
Rashida
no Jews
Tlaib?
But they'd have to.
It really shows how scared they are, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Any company or bank issuing a stable coin would have to notify and obtain approval from the Fed, the FDIC, and the appropriate banking agency 6 months prior to its issuance. Like, fuck, this is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, they're taking all the power away from it. They're trying to.
Yeah, they're trying to make it impossible for anybody to actually do it outside their system, which defeats the whole fucking purpose. You know?
Exactly.
Right. Like, entirely. Just then it's. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, then it's completely
It's no different than fiat
because
currency,
they can
though.
shut you down if they want to. You know?
Right. It's just like utterly pointless in that case.
Yeah. Bank of
But-
Jews. Bank of no Jews allowed.
Yeah.
It's not like Rashida Tlaib cares about giving the banks these sort of privileges because the banks aren't racist. They're totally on board with her
Yeah.
program.
Right.
There's capital.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't
No
give a shit.
systemic racism there.
Not at all. I mean, maybe systemic racism against white people, but
Well, I thought they were giving out more. They weren't giving mortgages to black people. I thought that was a big deal not that long ago.
not too long ago, a decade ago, was a big deal.
Because credit reports are racist.
Yeah, I was about to say. Remember,
It
the
actually had
time
nothing to
where-
do with their skin color. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It was they look at their fucking credit.
Partly skin color.
and hey, look what not being racist, yo.
Like I
with,
used to
giving
sell,
out mortgages.
I used to like broker fucking loans and shit. Well, I did the software for it, but there's not on the application. There's not a box to check on your race. You know what I mean? You can fill out.
Well, there's a bunch of boxes. Are you employed? Do you have a
Yeah.
criminal record?
Yeah.
those are all racist.
Yeah, those are that's racist.
How many
No, but-
mothers do your kids have?
Yeah. But that's what.
Well, and that's what that was the biggest thing that caused the 2008 fucking crisis. Was they were given the
Trying to
subprime
see that.
loans because it was racist, so they had to
Right.
approve all the blacks and whatever.
Yep.
The fucking
Community Recovery and Reinvestment Act, I think it was called, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So they were
That
like
happened under Carter.
So they were giving the blacks all these loans and shit that they couldn't fucking pay for their houses, and then all of a sudden, when the inevitable happened and enough, critical mass of them defaults on their loans, then what happens? You know,
But that wasn't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that they were speculating on the loans themselves by
because then they were
trading them.
Because then they would like package them and resell them, and then repackage that and resell it. And...
There was a lot of angles on that.
Yeah,
yeah, and the fact that you could if you could get 1,000 loans put out, you could resell them and be clean of them and have a profit. That meant they were pushing out. They had these reinvestors pushing their mortgage brokers to put out as many loans as absolutely fucking possible.
I know. I got a mortgage. Like right before the crash, and they approved me. I did end up buying a house, but they approved me personally for like, I don't know, some ridiculous amount that they shouldn't have. And I'm glad I just bought what I needed. But yeah, I could have been in a really bad position if I lost my job, or you know what I mean. So I can understand where, you know, like they pretty much fuck people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but I mean, there were two groups of people. There were the people who were just fucking stupid and took these loans and got houses because they were told, oh, you could just get a house, and didn't have the foresight to think they'd ever have to pay for the fucking thing. And then there were the group of people who were thinking of speculating, and fuck them too. But they're going, oh, if I buy this $300,000 house, the prices of houses are skyrocketing. If I can hold on to that for 2 years, I'll be able to sell it for $600,000. So I'll take a mortgage on this house, even at bad rates and fucking all these retarded fees.
Because the housing market always goes up, right? Because the boomers fucking they got the equity and fucking we can't fucking da. Your house is your investment, you know, blah blah blah.
They also start going up in Canada because there's so much immigration. So there's not even enough housing for people. It's insane what they do in Canada here, and our like especially big city centers where most of the 90% of the immigrants go, like Toronto and fucking Vancouver and all those shitholes. Yeah, basically what happens is like fucking the houses like fucking it's like New York City.
Are you guys still there?
It's crazy.
Yes, we're here.
Yeah,
lost you.
You did not lose us. We can still hear you.
Yeah, we just weren't all talking over each other for a change. So
every time that doesn't happen, he thinks that the stream died.
Right?
You didn't? Okay.
Yeah, you're still there, man.
I was just gonna say, the place I bought for $167,000, and it's 1920 house. It's a little tough, needs a lot of fucking work. I got a lifetime of work in this fucking place ahead of me. The place across the street just went for $400,000, and it's smaller.
Well, that's 400,000 Canadian, so that's what, like $100?
Yeah, but I mean, like $100 is a lot of money for us, right?
Probably 300,000, but anyway.
But like,
yeah, shit. I was being sarcastic, dude.
Yeah, when I remortgaged this place, my mortgage broker goes, "Oh, I can probably get you 80 grand cash with your remortgage, no problem." Because they would value this place easily well over $250,000. So you can, when you do your remortgage, you can take out equity.
You should just do a reverse mortgage and fuck your kids, right?
Don't do that.
I'm being sarcastic again. I'm gonna need like a sarcastic button so you know when I'm
just say /S. When you're done saying a sarcasm, say /S.
I guess I got that. I guess I got the poker face tone, so you can't really tell what I'm joking.
Good. That's Leslie Nielsen voice.
Yeah.
I had to amalgamate all my debts and everything into the house, but that's all done. But yeah, like it was. I couldn't believe how much money they were willing to hand out. It's like, yeah, this bubble is never going to end in their minds.
Yeah. In their minds, it'll end.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but not for them. It'll end for us, but I mean, like, this happened to me, like, the same kind of thing happened to me before every time I fucking done banking pretty well. My ex and I, we were married for a couple of years, and we were looking at, we each had personal lines of credit with a little bit of balance on them. We're like, okay, we're going to get rid of all these, and because we don't need it. we just have a couple debts we got to pay off. So we go to the bank, and I had a $10,000 line of credit. My ex had an $8,000 line of credit, and I mean, together between the two of us, we were making about $95,000 a year. So enough to live off it and then some. But it's still not that much.
Why
money.
did the woman have less credit?
Oh, because she made fucking half as much as me. But she had.
Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, she made less than half as much as me. But,
Because of my patriarchy, dude.
Yeah, that was the
only
You
reason.
gotta smash that patriarchy.
Not because of her poor decisions and spending when she was young.
Oh no! More than that is she only had that much credit because she'd gotten a student loan to go to university.
Sounds about right.
What's she major in? Just out of curiosity.
Art. We've been through this. She's
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But I would have. That's exactly what I would have guessed. It was something stupid like that.
Based
Anyways,
Arco.
I got a degree in art. I mean,
in all honesty, what she took is better than a lot of what other people of her age took. So at least she didn't take fucking
She can be a graphic
women's
designer.
studies and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's true.
I think I've kind of mentioned it, but I don't want to get into too much. I'll mention it off air maybe or something. But she got a job from it. She has a job from it, so that's good. But I mean, it's not like she couldn't afford the house and the car and everything that she has if it wasn't for me giving her money and my tax breaks. Right, like she still doesn't make half what I make. But anyways, she has the nice house in the nice neighborhood and the nice car, of course. But fuck.
Well, you know
That's
what?
life.
If she
She has your house.
Elliot,
She has your nice house and your nice neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Your nice car, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I bought my van off her, and I was sitting there looking at the fucking van. And, like the first day, I was just like, "This is the second time I paid for this piece of shit." I've done this twice now, but no. What I was gonna say is we went in to amalgamate all our loans and make sure all the credit cards, whatever, it's all put away, so that we have, only the credit cards we need for doing any bills or whatever we may need to buy for emergencies. If you're out, need gas or something like this, in or out of town, you have your credit card. Cool. The line of credits amalgamated so we can get it all paid off and be done because we were about to have a kid. Went into the bank and the guy goes, "Okay, well, I'll give you a $30,000 line of credit." And I was like, "Okay, we don't need that, but whatever." And then he just like on the keyboard, and there gives us some papers to sign. And goes, "There's your $30,000 line of credit." And I'm like, "What about the other ones?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, you still have them." Like, that's not the fucking point. We don't want them. We want to amalgamate everything.
Right.
So we
that's
ended
not
up.
really a consolidation. I don't
No.
know what they're doing.
The guy just gave us $30,000 of credit is what he did. So we ended up with like $60,000 of credit. But we had to convince him to eliminate the other ones and do the transfers to put it all into one. Because he was like, "Oh no, it's okay. Just take more."
He just wanted more shekels. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. They'll just fucking like.
Yeah, because they get a commission.
Yep. And considering what they do with people who aren't responsible and don't have fucking steady jobs, and they still give them fucking credit. Imagine what they do to people with the fucking slightest bit of good credit.
Yeah.
They'll fucking do everything they can to get you to sink yourself.
I mean, like when I said we were brokering loans, but ours was very targeted to doctors and dentists and shit specifically, so that they could short-term loans if they needed to buy some equipment or whatever shit like that. Because sometimes you got to wait on insurance to pay you, so it was very
business stuff.
Yeah, very low risk stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, doctors and lawyers and fucking dentists and chiropractors, and those guys live off fucking credit like you would not believe.
They have to, because you never know how long it's going to take for insurance to pay you.
No, in
So it's a constant game of catch up.
yeah, they're also buying fucking $100,000 cars and $500,000 houses. And dude, if they just lived regularly, they wouldn't be living off credit like that.
Yep.
That makes
well, they have that too, because they're like, oh, dude, I'm a fucking doctor. I need to have the fucking big house and a Mercedes.
Yeah, it's all
Anybody can do that now, though. Anybody can get the debt up their ears. Anybody can walk up to a Mercedes dealership and work at 7-Eleven 100 hours a week and make that $2,000 a month payment. Like, I don't know, in Canada, immigrants, they buy brand new vehicles all the time. They can buy brand new BMWs, Mercedes, crazy. And they're like literally line workers in a factory. They're
joggers in Atlanta that are like fucking janitors and shit drive fucking brand new fucking
Range
Mustangs.
Rover.
Yeah, like Mustangs and shit like that.
Seems like every black person I see on the street drives a nicer car than I do.
Yeah. Because we actually think about like our credit and not getting in over our heads, and you know what we can afford. And, you know,
even Africans straight off the boat, like where I am, there's tons of African migrants, and they're the same. They dress to the nines and spend all their money on that, and they'll buy the fancy car.
Yeah, but then they live in a shithole.
Yeah, they live in like the shitty chicken coop fucking townhouse.
12 of them do a
scary part of town.
I was gonna say, yeah, they get like fucking 15 of them buying a fucking or leasing a house or renting a house.
Yeah, you see a lot of Mexicans do that, at least out here in the Midwest, where there's, 6 or 7 of them living in a small apartment, and they all drive fucking nicer cars than I do, and I have a nice car.
Yeah.
They put 1/8 of their fucking income to the rent, and the rest goes to the car. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Drive like big ass Escalades or some shit.
I've never bought a new car. I've never owned a new car. The newest car I ever owned was 10 years old.
Wow.
Nice. I was the same way for a long time, but I ended up inheriting a fairly newish car that my brother bought.
Well,
so, that was cool.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But like, for 3 years in the 2000s, I was driving a 57 Chevy every day. 365, that was my car.
Nice.
Before that, I had an 87 Monte Carlo. So I had 87 Monte Carlo, then the 57 Chevy. Then we bought
those are bad. Those are way more badass. If I was gonna spend that much on a car, I'd get.
Well, you said 10-year-old cars. I was picturing like a Winnebago or some crappy car, like old muscle cars. Now we're all jealous,
Oh, Hot Stuff. When did you come back, Hot Stuff? Weren't you gone for a minute?
I jumped back in. Nah, my kick call.
All right.
Duty calls.
Well, here, I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves, but I'll be back in just a second. And then we can actually go into the blockchain stuff since you're back. So
no, Raid. Like I was gonna mention a lot of the things that you were mentioning about people like buying really huge debt. Sometimes it's for tax purposes. Like I know people who are like doctors. And it's more beneficial for them to get $1 million house to write it off than to buy a cheaper house and pay more in taxes.
Yeah,
that makes sense. A lot of people use those places as tax havens.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, you have the joggers on the other side that they'll buy an Escalade, but live in in a $300 a month apartment. There's two cases. But some people use it for tax purposes.
But
that's why I was saying I've had many new vehicles because of my job, and
I
get to buy my job. Like my friggin' truck will make more than what most people make in a month. What it used to. My old job, but like I understand that you're right.
And like for me, I always lease. I mean, before I had my kid, I would drive whatever car. I used to have like a Acura RSX Type S. I had a Nissan 240 SX, but like I had cars for like I would drive cars for 10, 12 years. Like I wouldn't get rid of them. I wouldn't sell them. But once I had a kid, I was like, okay, I gotta, like I can't be stuck on the road. you know, I don't know. Yeah, like it was just a safety thing, you know.
Well,
I just got
Airade.
rid of my beater car last year. It was a 1990 Honda Accord, so I know.
Those last forever, bro. I had a
Yeah.
Nissan 240 SX for 12 years, and I changed the brake twice and just changed the oil.
Yeah.
Nothing ever, and the tires. But
Oh, my grandma had one of those when I was a kid. Actually, the
yeah, I had a
240
stick
SX.
shift one. Oh,
those are
beautiful.
badass. Yeah, well, you want a stick shift, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Aaron,
Those are badass.
Martosis is asking about Browntown in the chat. What is Browntown?
Browntown.
Clip it. No.
I'm gonna take you to Browntown.
He says you know what it is.
Ooh.
I know what Browntown is.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he said you
Black girl?
specifically.
I actually don't know what he's talking about.
Is that a Canadian thing?
Likely story.
I'm actually.
I know Hogtown is Toronto.
Yeah, well, Toronto's weird. Toronto's like, well, it's like any other city. It's amalgamated out of smaller towns, right? It used to be York, and then it's got like Cabbagetown, and it's got fucking.
No, there's a cabbage town in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's got all these little
Joggertown.
suburb stuff. But I don't know Toronto that well, and I try to stay away from it. It's a fucking goddamn nightmare.
I was born in Cowtown, Fort Worth. You call it Cowtown.
Oh, it's a place in Ontario?
Oh, shit. Well, you got me, Markdosis. Well, actually, don't. You have to DM me and explain that to me.
Why is it called Browntown? Is it why I'm thinking?
I could probably fucking guess.
Why are the
Unfortunately,
Cleveland Browns named Brown, anyways?
I have no idea.
That's actually a good question. Why the fuck are the
Could not
Browns?
tell you, yeah.
Because they were originally the skid marks, and people thought that wasn't fucking catchy.
Oh, I saw this post the other day that it was like the Marvs. They were like in the Middle East, and they were on a mission going from Vagine to Venus, from Vagine. Did you see that one? It's like places that are named that. Yeah.
Oh, before we go any further, we gotta do a check. Did everybody wash their penis today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Multiple times, buddy.
You sure?
I washed it and then I popped some benzos.
You sure?
I'm the one paying the
I've
bills
got it
around
soaking
here.
right. I've got it soaking right now.
Doesn't sound very convincing.
Sitting in a bowl.
Yeah, man, I washed it in your mom's pussy.
Like this joke, a buddy of mine told me, he said his wife was bitching about him being too long in the shower, and he yells out at her, "This is my fucking, I pay the water bill around here. This is my water, it's my soap, and my dick. I'll wash as much as I want." It's not clean yet.
It's my water, it's my soap, it's my dick. I'll wash it as much as I want.
It's
I love
my
that.
penis, and I'll wash it if I want to. Wash it if I want to.
It's my penis, it'll like
You would wash yours too if you had a penis too.
I think you got a hit song there, buddy. I think you got a hit song.
That's our. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
You cannot get content like this anywhere else.
You really can't.
This is a Fren Report Live exclusive.
This is why. This is why they watch. Why they listen.
This will be known as the penis episode.
Venus?
No, we mentioned it
Venus.
once.
Yes.
The Venus episode, because there's only the one,
Yeah, I keep forgetting to work on my fucking Jordan Peterson accent.
It comes up like every single fucking episode.
Zara's like, I'm out of here.
Women just don't understand.
Stupid E-drama news, but it looks like
What is she, a lesbian? A
band
woman
from
afraid
D-Live.
of Venus? What are you, gay?
What's that, Murray?
Jealous.
Just stupid East Celeb news, but it looks like Baked Alaska just got banned from D-Live again.
He just got back on.
Yes. Suck it, you gay nerd.
He just got back on. What the fuck?
Amazing. Good.
Still showing up because I follow like him and Fuentes just to like pop in sometimes. I don't give him any money, but I just see what's going on. And I saw it on Twitter. It says baked. He's still showing up in my following tab, but it says Baked Alaska channel not found.
Fucking hilarious. I
So-
love that. Actually, hold on. Let me throw my Baked Alaska sticker in the chat here.
The one with the big nose.
The one with the extremely hooked nose, yeah.
Dude, I got banned, I think, or I got muted in Ralph's channel for posting that.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of pissed about it.
Yeah. Let's send him an email. Be like, yo, dude, unban me. I know you fucking hate baked too.
Right.
Everybody does. It's like the biggest piece of shit on the internet. I'm kind of surprised that he's not in jail for like assaulting people across the country.
Yeah,
the last
with
few
this,
months.
with the content spray, you know.
Well,
yeah.
Apparently, I mean, this is probably just like more rumor than fact, but his new girlfriend is like potentially underage.
I don't
Which
think
one?
she is. I saw her at a bar.
Oh, what happened to Sammy?
One night with them, so.
What happened to Sammy?
I think she just like plays that up. I don't know.
Sammy's
what happened
retarded,
to
but
Sammy.
that's not illegal. To the best
It'd be
of my
pretty
knowledge.
stupid of him to do that.
He's not a very intelligent guy, though. You know.
Yeah, that's very true. Probably one of the dumbest people I've ever encountered on the internet. Fucking pre-muted me in his chat for some reason.
Is he all on drugs when he's doing his live streams? I only watched one in Arizona. It was pretty bad.
Steve Z dropped something in the chat here that looks pretty interesting from the Epoch Times. A Missouri state lawmaker called on Attorney General Eric Schmidt to prosecute Dominion voting systems for allegedly not paying state income taxes while operating election systems in the state, adding that Missouri can obtain the company's source code.
Well, there you go. That's all right.
That was from the Falun Gong Gazette. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the Falun Gong Gazette.
The phallus dong.
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly. He said phallus.
Dong.
And
phallus
dong.
dong.
Please.
Yes, for the phallus dong.
Yeah, I think,
Deutsch.
yeah, I think Bar will sit on it though.
Kobe died, so we can't say Kobe anymore. We gotta be Venus.
I mean, it's kind of funnier now that he's dead to say Kobe. It's like every time I like
Kobe.
fall,
Now you say
every time
Kobe
I
when
fall
you hit the
down, I go
wall.
Kobe.
Kobe.
Every time
Every
you
time I see
fly
a
into
car
a mountain
accident.
at high speed, yeah, just say Kobe.
I don't like basketball Americans and I don't like saying their names. They all sound stupid to me.
Basketball Americans.
What a huge fan.
Kobe is actually literally named after the town in Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna
Not
say
named
that's a
after the
beach.
cow.
What do you have
It's
against
a region.
What do you have against Tarnik and Tyresha?
Man, you
And
telling me you have a beef with
Qual.
Kobe? Kobe or whatever the fuck it is?
Jam Qualis.
Kwawan,
Okay,
you guys
okay.
remember Kwawan?
It's not a real black name if it
Jamarcus?
doesn't have an apostrophe.
There's not a single U in there, so I mean, come on.
If you ain't got an apostrophe in your name, you ain't black.
Joe Biden.
You guys
I was
seen
about
that?
to say the same thing.
You guys seen that Mad
Did you guys ever see
TV?
that meme of the? Oh,
Sorry, you
Go
seen
ahead,
that
sorry about that.
Mad TV thing where the black supply teacher goes to the white school and he mispronounces all their names and is getting mad at them?
Let's see that.
no.
No.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Mad TV still runs.
Key and Peele ripped that off
No.
with the
No, it
AA
was-
run thing.
Yeah. Well, they were on. Maybe it was after the Keep It. They were both on Mad TV. But yeah,
Oh.
it's like the AA Ron. And my name's Aaron. You quit messing with me. You think I don't know? And then finally, yeah, it's actually pretty funny because it's them making fun of themselves.
Don Kashi in the chat. I love that, the spelling of walrus there.
Walrus.
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 I think you have to add the. Hold on.
You gotta throw some stank on it too.
Watermelon Drea.
Gotta put a D in front of
Water Melandrea.
It's de Walrus.
Did you guys ever see that meme? Did you guys ever see that meme where the person's like, "You ain't black if you've never eaten fried horse pussy," and it's just like somebody with a plate. It's like fucking horse vaginas on a plate, and they're cooking in a pan.
No, I've not. That sounds like some
the
soul
funniest
food.
fucking shit. It does. Sounds like some fucking BN from some basketball American from Africa would fucking eat.
Y'all ain't had that horse pussy? Shit.
Fried horse
You
pussy.
don't know what's good
You
if you
ain't-
had that fried horse pussy.
That's some deep pussy.
Yeah. Shit.
My girlfriend, her pussy
Bruh.
as big as a horse.
With some collard greens on the side, yo.
Yeah, I think that was a key and pill. I think you're right, Jay.
Yeah. I don't know where I don't know. I stopped watching all that shit when they were transitioning, but they were both on Mad TV.
What
so
was
I
the thing
getting
about
mixed up.
Baked Alaska? Let's go ahead and I want to cover that. Did somebody drop it in the chat or anything?
No, I'm just
Baked
saying. It
Alaska?
looks like his channel got taken down. So.
He just got yeeted. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Let's pop some bottles.
Now it's back up. So.
Fuck.
Who knows?
Well, there goes our
Maybe-
crowd.
I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. and
I don't know if you
double-checked
guys.
it. Well, it's not.
I know.
Bro, quit promoting
Sorry,
other
go ahead,
channels on our show.
You know what I saw actually the other day? It was funny that it says.
Hope that fight happens.
No, I saw somebody post. Look up Sears and exercise balls, right? So when you see it, you're thinking it's those medicine balls, and like you go 3 like advertisements down, and they have these chains that you hang on your actual balls.
Oh, sick.
From Sears. I was like, what?
From
the-
Sears. I didn't even know Sears still existed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sears is like gone.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
What
just the
about
brand
Roebuck?
of ball chain hangers. Ball stretchers? Is it for stretching? What's the purpose of the chains?
You sound like you've done ball stretching before.
I'm only getting pictures of rubber balls for exercising on. I don't know what your search history is, buddy.
Turn off your safe search, bro.
No, thank you.
Maybe someone bought their website and put a bunch of fucking crazy shit there.
I'm scrolling way down. This is actually a very wholesome search.
Latrine. That does sound like a black
Dude.
name. Latrine.
When you search for Sears, you can't put Sears and gay porn together. That's
Oh my god. Although,
Latrine
okay,
Well, I'm
okay,
not,
sorry.
Okay, I'm not putting gay porn into an
I don't
with
even come
anything.
back because my
So
fucking
yeah.
connection's being fucking retarded.
Sears exercise balls shows like 90% fucking white people.
Based.
Actually,
Based.
one that's actually a werewolf.
Oh,
I don't know
even
why
more
that
based.
fits in. I don't
But
know
is
why
it a
that
white
fits in.
werewolf?
I can't tell because he's
Are there black ones?
brownish. I think his neck looks brown.
I mean, how would you even tell if a black like transformed into a werewolf? You know, they're already quite bestial.
Yeah, that's kind of like it's kind of iffy. Like,
Could they
know?
Can you imagine like what their hair would look like?
Because they would smell.
Oh yeah, that's how
better.
you tell. That's how you tell.
be like a walking
It's all like
SOS pad.
kinky.
It's like that's
Yeah.
one.
It looks
That's
like
like
a
one
poodle.
nappy head motherfucking werewolf, yo.
Medicine
That's
ball.
how you beat a black werewolf. You shoot him with a Velcro bullet.
I put it. Check out the chat message. I put it there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Baked Alaska's stream, but it's back up, and apparently, like, the new drama is that girl that he is fucking, she might be going to jail for, like, locking her dog in her room without food or water for 2 days. And she's
What
like
a fucking
crying on-
degenerate. Good.
She's
Yeah, that's
crying
pretty
on
sweet.
stream and popping Xanax and shit. And the
Oh
chat
my
in
God,
his stream is just
dude.
like absolutely being merciless towards her. Just like
Yeah,
the one
well,
nice thing about
I mean,
Baked Alaska.
it's for good
stream,
reason.
I know he's a bag, but
Yeah.
I mean, oh, sorry.
I really hope that
But
that Baked and Warski do that fight. I will be there in a heartbeat. It's
Dude,
gonna
I would
be
love
so
to
good.
see that.
oh yeah, that would be great.
I wish
I
Scott
went
Greer
to
would have
Knoxville.
I wish Scott Greer would have took me
I
up
went to
on
the
the,
first
on
one.
the on my challenge.
Oh yeah, the
That would've
Walmart.
been fun to watch, dude.
A lot fight.
I mean, that probably actually wouldn't have been that fun because he's like tiny, isn't he?
He looks like he's not a large man. Yeah.
No, I think he's a very small guy, so it probably would not be very entertaining at all. Actually,
One punch and it's over.
Right.
Glad we drove out for this.
There'd be 2 hits, dude. I'd hit him and then he'd hit the ground, and then I'd probably feel bad. Like, damn
Well,
it.
hold on. We can
Picking on a
find
little
somebody
guy.
in his weight class. Let's just see if Zara or Aaron want to do it.
There you go. I bet you Aaron would whoop his ass.
Probably.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Oh.
Whose ass are we kicking?
Scott Greer.
Oh fuck.
Queer.
Because when he tried to steal the Apu shit, and I was like,
I wouldn't fight him. I'd just stuff him back in his fucking locker.
I mean, there was no way he was gonna fight me anyway. But like, he was like, I was like, I'll fight you for it. I can be at any fucking Walmart parking lot in Tennessee within 6 hours. You name the place. And he stopped with that shit real quick. Oh, Apus are cringe. Fuck yeah, we are. We love
Yes.
it. Yes.
Extremely. Now fuck off.
I'll just throw this out there. If you guys are interested, I got a California Clown World story. It's about politics.
Sure.
We could talk about.
You ever?
Yeah. So you actually kind of mentioned it earlier, Walrus, when you were checking the Google News stories. There's a fire near my house right now. I woke up and it smells like outside like a blocked up chimney.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this happens every couple months, it seems, now in California. For like the past couple of years, we get really bad fires. And one of the reasons is that we have a very old electric system. That the monopolies, there's 2 monopolies. There's Southern California Edison, which serves the south of the state, and then there's PG&E, which serves the north. And they both shut down their power to like these rural areas whenever the winds kick up, because the winds will knock down the power cables.
Yeah.
And I deigned to look at the local news today to see if they had a cause, and there's still no cause yet. But one of the guys they interviewed, and apparently this has happened before, and I'll post it in the D-Live chat here. He says it's very possible that the fire started because of a generator, because they shut down people's power, so the power wouldn't cause the fire. So people didn't want to go without power, so they bought a generator, and the generator would malfunction or do something wrong with it, and then it burnt down their house, and there was a fire anyway. It spread to the local area and hundreds of acres. So this is really just California. They say as goes California, so goes the country. Well, California is rapidly becoming a failed state, a third world tier area, and
It's the leader.
It's not good. It's not good, and that's all I can say. Really, is you really see an infrastructure begin to collapse on a very deep level.
Yeah.
And I wonder how long it's going to be before a lot of people die from something, because we already had a fire a few years ago in that town called Paradise. The whole town burned down.
I used to live in Paradise.
Oh, no shit.
About
Yeah.
10 years ago, yeah. 12
And
years
it burned
ago.
down and it killed like 80 people. But I'm waiting for like a dam to break or some shit.
Yeah, where I used to live got burnt to nothing now. So,
Fuck, dude. What do you guys do with fucking shit in your deep freeze? Like, how could they just shut the power off on you for fucking?
You essentially, if you live in one of those
defrost
areas,
your deep freezer.
Yeah.
Like, fuck,
don't carry a ton of food. I mean,
Yep.
yeah,
Or
it
you
really sucks.
invest in some dry ice.
And I mean, it's not only that, but like, what if you have medical equipment? Or
Yep.
you have not food
hospitals.
frozen,
Your
but medicine
insulin or
frozen,
blood
something like that. Yep.
bags and
Exactly.
shit. You
Well,
know.
hospitals usually have backup generators.
Yeah, and that's what's
Like
starting the
run out of
fire.
gas.
That's what he was talking about. Then the fucking PG&E, the
Well,
generators caused the fires.
But what
Plus,
if you have
like-
medicine that needs to be cold in your home? That's really more of the problem.
But I heard, like, the whole thing is that their management is so bad with the forest because of all these lefty, earth people, that there's so much debris that the grid is so vulnerable because it could burn anywhere. It could be a lightning here, and that's it. It knocks down all the power.
Oh,
and it's not even worth it to redo it if they're gonna leave all this bush around,
Oh, that's very much true. Actually, and that's funny too, because what happened was we were in the drought for so long. So how it works in California is you get a wet season and you get a dry season. That's how it is in a lot of the world. But in California, when you get the wet season, you really get a lot of growth, and then that all turns to brush.
A lot of bush growth.
I remember there was a good example. There was a really good example when they had the fires in Australia. Like, this farmer got like taxed like $20,000 because he did a controlled burn on his farm, right? And he wasn't, they didn't want him to do that because of like the environment and this and that. But when all the fires happened, his farm was the only one that survived,
Right. Yeah, actually, that's just California and Australia and fires. They imported their eucalyptus trees, and those things exploded.
I heard about that.
In the 1920s, but no one told them it took 100 years for them to reach maturity.
And they're extremely flammable.
There was a Jew behind it. I know there was. That is the biggest. That is a huge scam.
Yeah.
The Jews are totally behind the fucking big sale of eucalyptus trees to America.
Dude, show it the
Fuckers.
anti-Semitic comment.
Yeah, it was actually koalas.
Cool anti-Semitic remarks, bro.
Yeah.
All right, time for Bitcoin.
Sure. Yeah. Let's. We kind of went over it a little bit. I was talking about, but then you weren't here, so I'll go back to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about this Stable Act that Rashida Tlaib trying to put out. God, why do they gotta have these names? Rashida Tlaib and Jesus Chuy Garcia. You know what I mean? Chairman
Awesome.
and Stephen Lynch introduced the Stablecoin Tethering and Bank Licensing Enforcement Act, which would protect the consumers. There's the biggest points. Require any prospective issuer of a stablecoin to obtain a banking charter. Require that any company offering stablecoin services must follow the appropriate banking regulations under the existing regulatory jurisdictions. Require that any company or bank issuing a stablecoin to notify and obtain approval from the Fed. I mean, this is all the biggest bullshit. And require that any stable issuers obtain FDIC insurance. Which basically, you have to get approval from the Fed and fucking spend out the ass to be able to do a stablecoin. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, that'll slow down the market.
I don't think it'll pass, but it's hard to say because I think both sides of the aisle are out to get fucking
Yeah, it's like we were talking before, she had to bring race into it. Like, stable coins are racist. It's like,
Racist.
oh, come on, That's like the one thing. And I follow a lot of like crypto accounts, and there's a lot of minorities that are like, shit, I got this Bitcoin, It's like, all right, nobody's stopping anybody. It's anonymous,
And apparently, the Trump administration, there's another one. The Trump administration is drafting a new law on self-hosted crypto wallets. CEO of Coinbase expressed concerns over a forthcoming U.S. law planned by Steve Mnuchin. The new law would impose KYC verifications for self-hosted wallets and smart contracts. I don't think he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like, what do they mean by self-hosted wallets? Apprehension around the regulations is putting negative pressure on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Planning to implement a mandatory KYC rule for self-hosted Bit. Right. Am I misunderstanding something here?
No, the way you're explaining it doesn't make any sense. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, because self-hosted wallets include Bitcoin Core, MetaMask, and extended DeFi hardware devices and paper wallets. So what? If you have your own crypto wallet, you got to do KYC to what yourself?
KY jelly? What?
KYC stands for Know Your Customer, and that's why you got to like upload your fucking to do like
ID,
financial transactions. You got to upload your ID and all that good shit.
Maybe the person that wrote it had no idea what they were even talking about. I just wanted to write the article.
I mean, this is on cryptobriefing.com, so
maybe the person that wrote
They
the
know
regulation had no idea what they were talking about.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is that like they don't know what they're talking about?
Bruh.
It said this proposed regulation would, we think, require financial institutions like Coinbase to verify the recipient owner of the. Oh, so if you had some Bitcoin or something on Coinbase, they would have to do KYC to the person that you're sending it to. That's fucking gay. Collecting identifying information on that party before withdrawal could be sent to that self-hosted wallet. I mean, because like, well, you know, I've done this before, so I've already had to deal with like KYC, AML stuff, which isn't that hard. But like, then for them, it's just fucking retarded. And it wouldn't even really change anything because okay, you send it to your local wallet and then send it to whoever you want to. You know what I mean? But it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it's because of taxes, you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they always try to do everything because of taxes and
I'm
money
thinking
laundering and all that
about
shit.
power and control. They don't want this secondary market to exist.
They're trying to figure out how to put the genie back in the bottle is what
Yep.
it is. But
Yeah.
They're a little late. They're a little late.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what I was telling you before was like, you know, it could be bad, but it could be, you know, how the normies get into it, you know? Because in order for the market to grow, you know, you're eventually going to have to get normal people into it, you know? And even when you try to explain this to a regular person, just because it doesn't have a brand name, they look at it like, oh, you know? Like right now, the most popular thing, yeah, it's like Coinbase, Binance, but like, you know, it hasn't reached as many people as it could, you know?
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be normie friendly, in my mind. And I don't even own like, and that's funny because I don't even own coins because frankly it's not because I am a normie and it's not really normie friendly. But
Exactly.
I
That's
wouldn't
exactly
want it to,
my point, yeah?
No, but I wouldn't want it to be dumbed down for people like me, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, look at what's happened to the internet, making it too like user friendly.
Right.
Literally
down and
caused the
regulate.
fucking cancer on the planet.
Right, but if they would have monetized the internet when it started, imagine if you bought internet coins, how much they'd be worth today. So if I have coins right now, and this grew like the internet did, how much would your coins that you bought right now be worth?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I guess sure if you're looking at Bitcoin as solely an investment vehicle, then yeah, maybe you do want more government interference. But if
well,
you're
and that's the thing
at
is because it makes it almost impossible to use cryptos then as a fucking actual medium of exchange, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to force everybody in the fiat, you know.
If it's an investment vehicle, it's a fucking detriment to the world because it's not creating any fucking wealth. It's got to be a currency that we can trade with, otherwise it's fucking useless. You might as well just fucking trade your hat back and forth like a fucking
Well, yeah. Once the
The
normies
Israelis.
have it, it will mean that they can go to a restaurant and pay with crypto. Like
That used to
they
be
can
the
use
case.
it. They can use it as collateral to buy a house. They can use it as so it works both ways. Once you get normies into it, they're gonna have to be accepted in every restaurant, every place. So
No, but
will
what does it
grow the
represent?
market,
Like, what wealth does it represent, though? Is
nothing.
What I'm getting at.
Well, it's just like gold. What does gold represent?
Well, gold is at least a physical thing that looks pretty, and has.
Yeah,
has
but
usually been
it's not. It's
used
Yeah,
gold
not to a sub-Saharan African who doesn't know what the hell the rock is.
Are you kidding me? Blacks love bling.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, but
But you know what I mean.
I'm not big on the gold standard either, but it is a useful metal. Like it has a worth, and it's
Right, but the worth
long-lasting
is
and
the scarcity.
non-tarnishing.
Take like diamonds for example. They
Yeah.
cut. If they just released all the diamonds they really found, they'll be worth nothing.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
diamond is useful, but it's once again it's like gold. It's got a false value tied to it. Where something like the things that are actually really valuable tend to be not long lasting, like a fucking egg. Everybody fucking food.
Dude,
But
I love egg.
You can't make. I mean, how do you build a currency off of fucking eggs? You can't, because they go bad, or you eat them, right? So you got to
Yeah.
find something. But I mean,
Pickle them.
Well, yeah,
They
something
last
that's a
forever.
store of value. Something that's a store
Right,
of value.
but we give it value. Like the more people, it's like the more people want it, the more value it has. I mean, it's basic, So
yeah. So
a lot of things don't create what.
Well, here, because I'm going to tell you, let's say society collapses and now we're little communities. All right, you do some work for me to help me put in like some fence posts around my house. I give you a couple pieces of gold that you can melt down and turn into wedding rings for you and your wife. Or you and your.
I completely
your
understand. If there's
soon-to-be
a collapse, I can stick the
Yeah.
bitcoins on my butt. Like I get it.
Yeah.
No, you can't. 'Cause it's built to have the
But
electricity access.
yeah,
Literally can't.
That's like that's like extreme, like circumstances. I know that, but if you're just talking about something of value and the scarcity, unless they find a way how to like multiply Bitcoin to make it control like the actual what it's worth, then whatever they ask for should be safe, as long as they can increase the amount of Bitcoin that there's out there.
Well, Hotstuff, you seem to know a decent amount about crypto, certainly more than
Yes,
I do.
yes.
Perhaps you could provide me a little bit of an education, because I remember about a year and a half ago, I went into a Subway, the sandwich place, at in a fairly well-to-do city, but not in like the best neighborhood of that city. And I remember seeing that they accepted Bitcoin.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, like where I am, there's a bunch. I actually wanted to start getting into this business, but other things came up, but I wanted to do crypto ATMs. We have all over here, where you go, you put in your crypto, and you withdraw cash. Like you type in your wallet. And,
I got plans
the
for
machine,
that too with my system.
The machine,
It'll
the
work
machine
way better
automatically.
than the current existing ones. But.
Yeah, so the machine sells your crypto on the market and gives you cash. Simple. Or you can buy Bitcoin from the cheapest machines, which are the best ones that I thought to get into. They're like $300 machines. They're like a little box that you can go to like a gas station and be like, hey, can I put my box here? And we'll split whatever I make. And the thing with Bitcoin is that since it's not like an ATM, you know how an ATM charges you like $3?
Yeah, I did some
crypto is
work
like
programming those actually. I know
Well,
exactly
so-
which ones you're talking about.
Right, but what the Bitcoin ATM does is that it charges you a percentage. So like I think it was to withdraw, it was like 8%. And like to buy crypto, it was like 6%.
They
so
have
what happens when a
they,
guy
they have a spread, so they're like, this is our buy price,
so in
this
the
is our
market,
sell price, yeah.
exactly. So like let's say a guy withdraws $1,000, 8%. That's a lot more than $3, So there's way, but it hasn't been adopted as it will be once the government said. I saw an article that said that in the next financial proposal from the Treasury, they wanted regular banks to hand out digital wallets. So like let's say you go into a Wells Fargo, not only do you have your account, but they give you a digital wallet for you to use to exchange, crypto. But I'm sure it'll be after they pass all this legislation,
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying is like, with the system I'm building, I even found ways around the existing regulations and shit to where like I would still be able to give them like a bank card they could use because lots of reasons, but I'm not gonna go into it at the moment. But yeah, I found ways around every little problem there would be and shit. So like to make it work way better, and it would be very simple because it would, for most end users, it wouldn't be any different than using any other PayPal or any other payment processor.
Yeah, and I think
Stripe
people
or
are
whatever.
becoming, with like PayPal and all these companies, people are becoming more savvy,
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like server or like regular people,
I'm
Not people
also
that
like
actually-
putting in like an auto settle feature, so actually people can pay in whatever currency they have, and the owner, the merchant can receive whatever currency they want.
Yeah. That's the future. As much as we don't want to accept it, they're gonna have to move to digital currency at one point. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
We already are on digital currency.
They're not gonna like. I mean, they're gonna love my system, but they're gonna hate it because they didn't come up with it.
But hot stuff. Just real quick. My story with that subway thing was I haven't seen that since. I haven't seen like greater expansion of Bitcoin. If anything, I've seen a retraction. And it's
Yeah, but
real.
you got to understand when they started doing that, businesses have to report how they receive money, right? So, at first when they started, like accepting Bitcoin, you got to trace where you got it, So, companies, weren't able to expand on it, like to just for you to run a card because of regulations, because of,
Right. That's actually kind of why I came up with the idea to do it as a basically as a payment processor. So it could just be like regular dollar to dollar,
At least here, but in Europe they use it. It's more accepted. It's more like, oh, okay. But here, like in the United States, like I talk to people that are businessmen that they're into like banking and this and that, and that you talk to them about crypto, and they're like, oh, that's just a fad, like whatever, like I'll keep making money the way I'm making money, and, it's like until it becomes widely accepted, they're not gonna jump on,
Yeah, well, it's a detriment if they do. That's not saying that they, once again, if they want to speculate, they want to be speculators, it might be beneficial for them to get in on Bitcoin or whatever else. But if they're doing their business, it doesn't fucking matter. If they're making, if they can make $1 million greenbacks, then that's what they're gonna do. What the fuck do they care? If they can do a contract that'll give them a fucking bar of gold, they'll take the bar of gold because they know they can sell it. And same with the Bitcoin. Same with the Bitcoin too, though. But they're not going to switch over or do anything else because there's no benefit to switching over.
Well, that's one side, but then there's the other side where like companies, let's say like Chainlink, right? Let's
Pressure,
say.
you okay?
What? Someone's spanking it or what?
Yeah, you sound like you're about to coon.
Are you tubing? Bro, you tubing?
Are you pulling a tube?
What? I'm really tired right now. What's going on?
Are you tubing?
Are you driving? You might wanna pull
He's
off
tubing.
Yeah.
You sound
Alright,
like
so-
you sound like you're snoring. That was
Johnny tubing over here.
I'm clearing my throat a lot. Sorry, bro.
You got a vape less, dude. It's probably bad
I'm
for
trying to
you.
fucking find a place to pull over for the night, but everything's either fucking closed or there's no more fucking spaces available for my truck.
That's understandable, but
This
I'm
is
just saying you
this is
should
fucking
vape
truck-credential
less.
harassment. Vape
I used to
less.
smoke for 15 years and I would clear my throat all the time, but I quit this year,
this
and
is
after
a
like a
problem
month,
that I've
that
had.
shit cleared
It's
up.
a problem I've had. It's a problem I've had since I was in middle school with my
Eat
with
less
my,
dairy.
Sinuses. I don't actually
You
eat a
gotta
lot
eat
of dairy,
less
to be
things
honest.
that are less things that are
Eat more dairy.
Eat less
Fuck it.
less expectorants. Those will like cause mucus and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mucus is
I
good
don't.
though.
I just drink tea. I just drink tea and like. I don't know. I had a hamburger for lunch. Is that whatever the fuck you called it? I don't remember.
Expectorant. Look it up and find out if that's like stuff that you're eating or consuming. Vaping will do the same thing if you do it a lot. Just saying.
It's
like just trying to help, bro. Not trying to be a dick.
Or you could be fat.
That's not really something I can just solve overnight, bud.
Bro,
I can't just lose all my weight. What the fuck?
All right, so
Fuck,
Ray,
dude, I thought this was the inclusionary podcast. Okay.
Johnny, I was trying to help, and then someone just cut right in there. But I mean, hey,
It was me. Sorry.
I'm just gonna go vape more now because I'm depressed and the nicotine's gonna help me feel better. So
Johnny,
you know what,
no!
Jamie, get mad at him. Yeah, it's his fault. He made fun of me, Jamie. He made fun of me, and he made
only
it worse.
because I care.
I didn't make fun of you. I had no idea you were fat. I just said
I'm
it
giving
could be
you
because you're
shit.
fat.
I'm giving you shit. Calm down. Stop yelling at me. Fuck, dude. Fuck loud.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Sorry, go ahead. Whoever I interrupted.
It's all good. It's all good. So what I was saying was like, let's say you have a huge like insurance business, right? Or you run a multinational, and a blockchain company comes and says, look, I can eliminate your legal department by using blockchain. You're gonna save 5% off the bottom line, right? That's gonna be one company that signs on, but every other company is gonna have to sign on because in order to compete with you, they have to be able to have the same bottom line or better, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's business. Yeah.
I guess.
Exactly. So all these people that are like, oh, that's just a fad, whatever, they're eventually gonna jump on. They're gonna have to, because what blockchain offers is a way for you to save money in business across the board. They can automate the insurance business. They can have an insurance pool that pays out when a claim comes in. They create a coin, and when people pay into the pool, your coin is worth more. That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
It does make sense, but the problem is people like, especially insurance companies, they just want to make the most money possible. They don't care how much money it saves the plebes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
also you're talking about eliminating insurance and the legal departments of big business. You're basically trying to enact the final solution against Jews. So I don't think that's going to happen.
What's the downside?
Right, but
I mean,
I'm
just,
talking,
I'm skeptical.
but it doesn't have to. So it doesn't have to take over the whole industry. But if you can capture with the coin 1% of a $1 trillion industry,
Yeah, then you got.
it's still your
100
market cap is
billion,
going to
yeah.
be $1 billion.
100 billion.
So I don't know. I just see it in a way that.
Oh, wait, no, 10 billion. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
you're
adopted
completely right.
eventually. Like right now, I don't know if you guys heard of decentralized finance.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
I'm
crypto is,
very
so.
familiar with it, but yeah.
Right, but decentralized
I don't know if
finance is
anybody else
basically
is.
like, it's like a bank without a bank. Like, you put your money in a pool, and basically I can put my Bitcoin in there, and I can borrow money with using my Bitcoin as collateral and pay interest. All that interest goes into the same pool, and it increases the pool, and then dividends get paid out. It's automatic. There's nobody working it. There's no customer service you can call. You have to write out the contracts yourself. You have to sign up for the pool, exit when you
Yeah.
need to exit. It's
So basically, you
have to put in the
can
work.
put in your Bitcoin and then use that as collateral to borrow some, say, Litecoin
way
or something.
Yeah, because let's say
And then you got to
sell
pay
your
interest on the Litecoin. So, whoever's borrowing Bitcoin has to pay, because they can borrow your Bitcoin and you have staked, and they got to pay interest on that. So you all make gains.
We could do the same thing by having a credit union of some type.
Right, but you
Right.
have to pay for a building, you have to pay for employees, you have to pay for, government contract, you have to pay taxes on it. I mean, think
Well,
about
they have
overhead.
online.
overhead's crazy.
They have online only banks too, but
Like Ally, I get it.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be able to compete with decentralized finance. Think about it. How
I
long
know.
has decentralized finance been around? A couple months, maybe?
Oh, it's been around a couple years at least.
Couple years, but it has exploded in the last couple months.
Yeah.
And we're talking from zero to, billions of dollars being invested. Right now, it's like, I think the market cap is a couple billion,
That's why they're trying to rein it in and trying to centralize it.
I have plans for all that, but I can do it even in a different way where you can, like, if you wanted to start a business, like he was talking about, say he wanted to, like, start at a garage, then he could issue a token that he sells so people are buying a piece of the business, and then he either buys it back over time or they get dividends, or, there's several ways you could structure it.
It's kind of like stocks.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be basically like a stock.
But my point about that wasn't I can't get financing. My point about that was I can't do business, and it also doesn't matter. Like, hey, you know what? If there was a credit union that was completely owned by local citizens, and therefore all the any interest payments went to local people and not to New York small hats, I'd want to do business with them, but there's no.
Well, you get the license for that.
There's nothing the where I do my banking doesn't help me in the real world, on the street, on the ground. It doesn't pay my electric bill. I have to work to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. I don't care what the currency is.
Well, and I got that in the system too, because like then you get the way it would actually technically function is that people have to buy your tokens to pay for your services, but since there's automatic settling, it would convert into your wallet into probably Canadian dollars, because that's what you know.
Yeah.
They might be paying with Canadian dollars, but there is that middle ground where they have to buy it. So the people who bought your tokens before can sell their tokens to be able to,
Yeah, there's like a token that came out right now that is like the how remittance, people sending money to Mexico and sending money to other countries, so you just buy the coin, and the coin pays out over there, whatever in whatever currency in whatever country, with minimal fees, and it's in seconds. You don't have to go to Western Union and like fill out paperwork, and then it gets there the next day, and they have to go to Western Union to get it. You do it on your phone,
I forget which one that was, but I remember Coinbase gave me something for free.
Once again, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to push it too hard, because I don't want to. I'm not trying to fight against you or what you're trying to say. No. I'm just trying to get a point across. Is it's completely irrelevant to me, and actually, it's if somebody comes up and pays me cash, or pays me Bitcoin for something, that's great, cool. But if I'm running a business, I pay taxes, I pay fees. It all has to go back to whatever currency my country is in. So why have the middleman of making people money on speculation and transfer fees and stuff when I can just avoid that altogether?
Well, there's no transfer fees in my system, but
yeah, but you gotta understand. Let's say to make a transaction, you pay gas fees, right? So let's say to send something, a gas fee is like $1. And
my system doesn't have. My system doesn't have transaction fees. That's another beauty.
Right, but think about it. Let's say you have your money in a bank and you're making like 2% interest. How much are they paying now? On a savings, like nothing.
Yeah.
And you keep your money on Bitcoin, and who knows?
But I'm not worried about the speculation, the investment part of it. I'm worried about I'm making money. I'm doing a job. That's where my income's coming from.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the speculation part of it at all. I'm working, I'm doing a service, and I get paid for it, and then I take that money, and we can do it on debit cards. And I mean, the difference is those are the Jews I know versus these are the Jews I don't know.
Right, but let's say that money that you're earning, the government could just print 1,000 more bills of it. So when you go buy a gallon of milk right now, it's $2, and you know your $2 are not going to be worth $2 in 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, but some speculation goes, and all of a sudden, Bitcoin goes up 100%. That doesn't make any difference to me. Now I do a break service, and instead of being 1 Bitcoin, it's 1/10 of a Bitcoin.
Yeah, you're still getting the same amount, but whatever savings you had that was in Bitcoin
Grew 100%.
Went
Yeah,
up
but
100%.
there was
So
no
if you had
wealth created,
$1,000 saved, you suddenly have 10,000.
I know, but what I'm saying is there was no actual wealth created. It was just speculated up.
Well, it's the whole supply and demand. You know,
Yeah.
the
No, I
more
know,
people
but-
get into.
But
But
there's
it's
no more.
as opposed to like
How was it-
fiat.
There wasn't
Fiat's not
another
gonna
house built.
Fiat's gonna fall apart anyway. It always has every time in history.
Yeah, that's
You know-
their,
you know
that's
what-
their
you know what I'm
idea
getting
with
at
all the
anyways.
Gibbs. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
the
like, they're
thing
gonna-
is that like they're actually slowly stealing your wealth that way.
Yeah, they're
like,
trying to
through
destroy
inflation.
fiat. Yeah, they're trying to destroy fiat. If you're going to notice next year, there's going to be Gibbs, $1 trillion Gibbs. You'll
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, because they
They're
just
trying
keep
to,
throwing
like-
money in, but nothing ever comes out. So
Yeah.
there's no balance struck. That's how my system operates. Is that like when you use services on the blockchain, certain services, not transactions between people, but there's other stuff, and each one that removes some of the tokens from circulation. So that
I was about to say we need money with a self-destruct system built into it.
right, so it comes
Yeah.
through inflation, but then it gets taken out of circulation too.
Yeah, so
And
you can.
you're maintaining the balance there, pretty
If, you,
much.
if you're savvy people and sneaky people can still amass wealth in various ways, but
There's no
if you-
perfect system, but
no,
it's better
but-
than the one we
yeah,
got.
Oh no, absolutely. But you can't just have a electronic bank account with $1 trillion because you weaseled and dealt, because it's all going to fucking disappear unless you're doing something or buying something with it. You have to use
Active
it.
shooter happening in Las Vegas.
Again?
Again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Deputies taking rounds.
I saw this movie already.
I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah, I posted that in the chat.
Nye County, Nevada. Officials were responding to an active shooter incident in Pahrump, Nevada.
Yeah, the first comment. Hey, remember that
Dude.
one time there was the
it's not
largest
in
mass
Vegas.
shooting?
That's
The
pretty
Nye
cool.
County Sheriff's Officer sent out the following alert. Deputies are on scene in the 3200 block of Kingsway. Deputies are taking rounds overhead. This is an active
Holy
shooter
shit.
situation. All residents are advised to avoid the area and stay in your houses. Further details were not available. It was unclear if anyone was wounded.
So he's just shooting at the cops. It's not a mass shooting. See, this is the fucking shit I hate. Is they've created an environment where anytime you hear the term active shooter, you always assume mass shooting. Somebody just shot a shit ton of people.
I mean,
Well, obviously,
technically,
this is
if I
not
got
the case.
drunk and went
It
out in my
sounds-
backyard and fucking started shooting beer cans or whatever, then technically I'm an active shooter, right?
Well, it's a mass
I
shooting.
know,
It's
but
a mass
no,
shooting.
I wasn't done. I was.
Oh, sorry. No.
Well, what I was saying was is they always have like, because all these mass shootings, they always like, oh, it's an active shooter situation, and like, okay, yes, technically it's an active shooter situation, but the media's created an environment now where anytime we hear it, that's the first thing we think of. Oh, active shooter. Oh, that's what that's what CNN said when there was a mass shooter and a bunch of people. Oh, it's that damn AR-15 owner. Well, no, it's just some dickhead shooting at cops from outside his fucking house.
Yeah,
that happens like every other fucking day in Chicago, doesn't it?
That's
It's
what
a
I was
mass-
saying. It's like
it's
if I'm out in the woods and I drink a few beers and shoot my beer cans,
Well, you're
technically I'm an
American.
active shooter. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think
Right.
we should stop calling the Americans. Just start calling you active shooters.
Right. You can
Technically,
go down to the
anytime I fucking
range and
jack
there's
off and blow my load, I'm an active shooter.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. No, I was gonna
you
say
go down to the
there-
range. There's active shooters all
Day
over the
of,
place.
that's day of the rope right there. Day of the ropes.
It's active shooter and mass shooter right up until they decline to talk about the race of the person. When
Yeah.
they don't give a description, all of a sudden it stops being an active shooter or a mass shooter.
Yeah, and it's almost certainly like just a criminal because there's nothing in Pahrump. There's like, from what I recall, there's like some wineries and like some brothels, and it has a population of like 30, 40,000. It's really not a huge place.
I used to live in Vegas, and I don't even know where Pahrump is. So
it's west of Vegas.
Okay.
Like 50, 60 miles west of Vegas.
Drove 579 miles today. Look at that.
Going on like you're going to LA?
More like you're going to like Fresno.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
so like you're going
LA,
to Tahoe.
that's I-15 south.
So like you're going to Tahoe.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. So yeah, it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's right on the border of California.
Okay. Oh, I do know where it is.
It's by Death Valley. It's by Death Valley.
I do know where it is now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Nothing on Google yet about the shooting.
Like I said, it's probably just some method.
There might not even be anything on Google because there's probably some meth lab they're busting or some shit.
Like, yeah, it's definitely not. This is not a comped situation here.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
Breaking 911 does that all the time, where they're like, "Oh, there's an active shooter," and then it's like,
have we ever talked about that?
What's that
on this show?
What's that?
We should do a deep dive on Vegas one day.
We haven't done that. That would be a good one to do.
Because god, that like
the was crazy, and then all of a sudden, and they were like, "Oh, we're investigating," and 6 months later, just like, we couldn't come up with anything, and fucking
no motive, and all the
and then
his weird
and then when you do your own research, which is very easy to do, you find out he was a Bernie supporter, and then not only that, like there's a lot of shit showing that, like, because they were like saying like, "Oh, he had an AR-15 with a bump stock."
Yeah,
no,
he was probably
like,
a CIA asset. There was multiple shooters because there's videos of fucking,
the multiple flashes from the Mandalay Bay.
They were saying like he didn't have an AR with a bump stock. He had like a fucking 308 machine gun.
Dude, that was crazy for me when that happened because I used to go to Vegas a lot. I mean, I'm pretty young, but I went with my family, and we stayed at Excalibur all the time. And that was that tram that goes in between Excalibur, Luxor, and Mandalay Bay. That crosses right in front of that concert ground. And my dad, like, what had happened? I just because he had asked when it happened. But I was like, holy shit, Dad, you were vindicated, because he used to always say, like, somewhat not like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but like cautiously that shooting from the window of a hotel in Vegas would have been just a perfect terrorist attack. And he was proven right.
And it got really quiet all of a sudden. I was about to go, did I lose you guys?
Spooky.
No, I was gonna say it's just like once it came out he was a Bernie supporter, it was almost like everyone was hesitant about talking about it.
Oh, it fucking dropped fast.
Oh shit, so you're saying that he was one of our guys? Oh no. So he would
There's a lot of factors, He had a girlfriend that was non-white, so he wasn't like a racist. He was a boomer, which is rare. He was also like fairly wealthy. And then, okay, so yeah, you might think that they didn't talk about it because he was a Bernie supporter. But there was also like all the weird thing that like Walrus was saying, where the potential for multiple shooters.
I think a lot of these things are government hired, because it always just so happens that like with the the Hearing Safe Act, the Safe Hearing Act, when they were gonna talk about the possibility of removing suppressors from the National Firearms Act, so that you could just buy them over the shelf and not have to pay a tax stamp for them. All of a sudden, the Virginia Beach shooting happened, and the guy just so happened to have a suppressor on his AR-15, even though with an AR-15, that cartridge is. That projectile's still going 3 times the speed of sound, so it's still fucking loud. It's still a sonic boom. You can hear it 100 yards away.
Yeah.
Like, he had a suppressor on his AR. So, sorry guys, we're gonna have to throw the.
He used the bump stock, so we
mean,
gotta get rid of those. Yeah.
Suppressors and bump stocks. Well, not bump stocks really as much, given the kind of shooting that he was doing. Like, that was actually one situation in which a bump stock would actually probably like help you kill more people, because they were so close together. It's such a long way.
You're spraying into a crowd.
No,
But no, with the suppressors, like suppressors literally make guns less dangerous. They make rounds go less fast.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, that's not. That. They don't slow the round down, dude. That's. I don't know where you heard that from, but
everywhere.
A suppressor doesn't slow a round down by expanding the gas beyond suppressor before it leaves the.
Yeah, no. So what happens is a suppressor. It works exact same way the muffler on a car does. In fact, Hiram Maxim, the guy who created the suppressor for a gun, was also the guy who invented the automobile muffler, because he was originally looking at a way to take like little tiny like single cylinder Pratt and Whitney little generator or like water pumps and like making them quieter, making like Model Ts quieter and stuff. And he figured out, you could put this on the end of a gun, and you could get suppressors for like, I don't know, like the equivalent of $12 back then, like $12 in today's, like dirt cheap. And what it does is, as the bullet's coming through the suppressor, as it's passing the suppressor, the gas doesn't follows right behind it, but the gas is directed through a whole series of little tubes and trails. Yeah. So it acts as an expansion chamber. So it gives that gas a place to expand other than outside the muzzle. But it doesn't slow
but
the
you
bullet
still
down
have back pressure.
The bullet doesn't slow down because the bullet's still going the same speed. You know, it's not like you'd have to have literal friction.
Yeah, this after it leaves the barrel. But to get like a useful suppressed gun where it's like, that's pretty quiet, you got to stop the sonic boom of the bullet, which means you need
subsonic rounds.
You have to use subsonic ammo.
So, but if you're using supersonic ammunition, you can suppress it all you want. You're gonna fucking hear that shit, dude. Like, it might muffle it a bit, but
it is gonna be quieter. It is gonna be quieter, but you're still gonna be like, God damn, it's still not hearing safe. But
if you're at the range, you're still wearing ears.
You got to cut me a little break because I live in fucking California, where the only thing I'm allowed to have in my AR is a muzzle brake, and even that's kind of like a gray area because it can also serve as a flash hider.
I'm in Canada. I'm even worse than you, dude.
Oh,
you're you're the promised land compared to this.
It's fairly similar to Canada, to California and New York gun laws, but yes. I don't know.
I live in Arizona, where you can carry a concealed gun without needing a permit.
I'm thinking I want to move to Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's like the best state according to like a lot of gun groups.
I live in Arizona where local law enforcement is not required by law to report any illegal machine guns to the federal government, so you don't have to be charged in federal court for it.
And they also have constitutional carry too.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to leave. Because this is where I live. This is where my family is and shit. But I want to bring Arizona here. Can we
fuck you?
Can you guys form a militia that invades southern Ontario?
Well, here's the thing. Who knows how long that's going to last, because, Arizona, regardless of what you want to think.
That's true.
Well, we didn't flip fucking blue. That's bullshit.
There's
the demographic changes are definitely legitimate, so.
Luckily, there's still, I still don't believe they're voting en masse, though, so that's good. But they got to go.
But the people in power in Arizona are pretty corrupt. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they've already got their people in place. And I've actually been looking for a place
I live in
to move
Tucson,
from Canada.
I live in Tucson, and my fucking mayor's a fucking dipshit. She's a cunt.
Coquette, I've seen a video on this. Somebody had developed an adapter to go on. So it goes from a oil filter, engine oil filter thread to a end of a barrel thread.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make a suppressor out of it. You can make a suppressor out of like a fucking
potato.
Out of a potato. Yeah.
Well,
you can make one out of a soda bottle,
can.
and you can make one out of a soda bottle and toilet paper.
Yeah,
but you can make it out of a coffee can, and it would be one-time use. But it would technically be a suppressor because that's that one time the gas expands in there, and it's a quiet shot.
The oil filter one I like. Oil filter one I like is because they're not going to last that long, but oil filters are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And there's something that you can screw on and be secure. You don't gotta like wrangle with tape and fuck around, and like all those other options are reasonable too. But you can use a pillow.
That doesn't actually work. I watched a video on that. It doesn't actually work.
Hey, bro, I watched a movie and they did that, so it works.
I've seen
Yeah.
that.
I watched a movie too where some guy was using a sniper, a 50 caliber sniper rifle with a suppressor, and it sounded like a paintball gun.
Oh yeah.
Therefore, they're super deadly.
I bet.
Yeah.
I used to watch MacGyver, and he made a bomb out of chewing gum.
You'd want to
and-
kill yourself.
I used to
You'd want
watch
to kill yourself if you
MacGyver.
shot a suppressed 50 without hearing.
I used to watch MacGyver, and he made a bomb out of chewing gum, a paper clip, and a rubber band. So
That's why those all
MacGyver,
need to be regulated by the ATF under the NFA as explosives as explosive components.
Even MacGyver. That TV show has to be regulated by the ATF.
MacGyver's a federal criminal, dude. He's facing 12 years. He's facing up to $1 million in fines and 12 years in federal prison for
ATF
possessing all these illegal explosive components.
Yeah.
The ATF needs to go pick up MacGyver right now, lock him up, and then we'll figure out all the things he did afterwards. It's too many to list.
Can I ask you guys something? Because some of you guys might have used these before. I never have. What is the big fucking thing with these goddamn bump stocks?
So, I'm really good at explaining this because I did a lot of. I was going to go into the firearms field before.
This will have to be the last
everything
thing,
is-
so I'm going to have to shut it down soon.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, in the U.S., we have a lot of laws. We have a lot more gun laws than we should because obviously any law is an infringement upon the Second Amendment. But
I agree.
In 1934, Roosevelt passed the National Firearms Act, which basically made any gun that shoots more than one round per trigger pull is a machine gun. So, like, if you had a double-barrel shotgun and you welded both triggers together with a piece of metal so that you only had to pull one, well,
machine gun.
Actually, that's a gray area. It depends on the agent, but basic shit like that. So now you had to pay a $200 tax stamp in 1934 for, say, a $200 Tommy gun. And they based the tax stamp on the Tommy gun because even though they were much cheaper machine guns, that's where they based it at. And the Tommy gun was not very popular amongst gangsters except Al Capone's crew. They were really the only ones using them, so they weren't common.
Yeah.
But they chose the most expensive one. So that way you had a $200 machine gun and then a $200 tax stamp in order to register it to legally own it. $400 back in 1934 could buy you a brand new Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the National Firearms Act also included things like short-barreled rifles and short-barreled shotguns as well. In fact, there was a 1939 ruling that stated the Supreme Court said the Second Amendment only protects your right to own military-style weapons. A sawn-off shotgun is not a military-style weapon, therefore it cannot be used in the defense against tyranny.
Right, and that's
pretty fucking based. That's pretty fucking based. But anyway. Now this would also go on to include components as well. So like things like if you have an AR-15, it's not a machine gun. But if you want to buy an auto sear and put it in there, you can't do that because that's manufacturing one. Before 1986, you could do that, but those auto sears, that itself is a machine gun component. So now things like bump stocks. There used to be a glove you could buy that had like a little thing on the trigger finger that would automatically press the trigger for you multiple times. Those are machine guns. There used to be a thing that came before the binary trigger system that allowed you to pretty much turn your gun into a machine gun, not technically. There's the coat hanger trick. There's all this shit, 3D printed parts. But where was I going with it? What were suppressors? But yeah, same thing. It's regular bump stocks. That's it. So because what the bump stock does is instead of having a mechanical thing inside the gun itself to make it full auto, what it's relying on is you. It's not a machine gun until you make it a machine gun. And what you do is it's a bump stock that you pull forward on the gun while having your finger in the trigger guard, and the gun moves back and forth freely within the stock.
Yeah.
If you put a spring in there so the gun automatically sprung back, it would be a machine gun. But because you're constantly pulling forward on the fore end and pulling back on the pistol grip, you're pulling the trigger into your finger. Under recoil, the gun's going to go back, but because you're continuously pulling forward, it's going to create this constant motion, creating kind of a simulated full auto fire.
Yeah.
That was deemed recently after Las Vegas to be too close to a machine gun, so they made it basically it's a machine gun.
I don't know.
But they're totally outlawed. You can't own them, period.
It just always sounds stupid to me, but like I'm you know, a Kanakistani, so you know, call me whatever you want. But anytime I fired a gun, semi-auto was, I mean, yeah, you know what? If you're kicking in a door and trying to clear a room, maybe you want to have a submachine gun to just fucking spray the room. But other than that, I mean, like all you're doing is making it less accurate and less likely to injure anybody.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason military firearms are full auto now, and it goes back to the days of when we had single shot rifles, like the trapdoor Springfields, where you loaded one round of 45-70 at a time, and then it went into the magazine cutoffs and bolt actions, where you would turn the magazine cutoff on. Now the gun only works by putting a round on the feed ramp, closing it, and bolt it. And then when your officer gave the order, you'd turn off the magazine disconnect, and now you could feed directly from the magazine for rapid fire. Same thing as today. You're only going to really see soldiers in engagements using semi-auto if they're in some serious shit where they need to lay down some cover fire or to lay down some to run away or whatever.
Hey, it's
the officer's going to give the order to hit them and go full auto and just start spraying them down.
But once again, that's
really why it's there.
Yeah, but that's kind of my point. Is like that's suppressive fire. You don't go full auto.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make a gun more deadly. It does not make a gun more deadly.
Yeah, you can't fucking hit anything. I fired I only did this the one time. I mean, I got to fire a bunch of rounds through, but I mean, I only got to do it the one time. I got to fire Garand, and I have one. It's my favorite. Semi-auto, and it's a fairly heavy gun. So I mean, I know it's also a fucking wicked round too. But you know, I fire that down range at like 50 yards, and I have no idea. Run through the 8-round clip, and I've got no idea where any of those fucking bullets went. Yeah. When I was firing those 8 rounds off, going bang, 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 as fast as I could fucking fire them off and kind of keep my my barrel down the range, I had no idea where any one of those fucking rounds went.
Yeah.
And if you had shown me a fucking 30-foot spread, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah.
Is it an automatic M1 Garand?
No, semi-auto. You just pull the
just
trigger as fast as you fucking pull it.
And you can also now bump stocks. The whole idea of bump stock is that there's a thing called bump firing where you hip fire the gun and you put your thumb through the trigger guard and around your belt loop, so then just pull it forward, and then same thing. Except the bump stock allows you to do it from the shoulder, so you can actually aim.
Yeah, so
you can do it with Grands too. I've seen people do it.
You can just do it with your clothes. Just hold your clothes the right way, just so the recoil of the whole action of the gun just hits your finger on the way back. That's all.
I love my Garand. That's the rifle I have. I'd take that in the battle
sweet
any
dude.
day.
Sweet dude.
All right,
I still have like about 100 some odd rounds for it.
One thing though is that when you mentioned that Miller case, which is the one after World War One, when they said that you couldn't have a sawed-off shotgun, I mean that was right after World War One, when sawed-off shotguns, trench guns were incredibly common.
But they weren't. Those were sawn-off. They had about an 18-inch or like a 20-inch. They had a 20. The Winchester 97 had a 20-inch barrel riot model that they added the bayonet lug and heat shield to, but it wasn't a sawn-off. Sawn-off means it doesn't have a stock, or anything like that. But
okay, fair enough. But it's not
Walrus. Really quick, I just want to add this so people know. And any other weapon, if you see a shotgun where it's got barrels under 18 inches, but the overall length is under 24 inches, it's not a short-barreled shotgun. It's any other weapon. That's only a $5 tax stamp. So if you want to make you out and make yourself a tiny little pump action like an old Ithaca 37 stakeout that's really small, or like a Serbu super shorty, you only need $5 to pay the tax stamp, and you can get it, or you can make it. Make sure you get the tax stamp before you make it, though, or else you're in serious shit.
Yeah, but it's not like they use that precedent where you can only own weapons of war to fight back against anything like the assault weapons ban or any sort of magazine size or select fire restrictions or anything like that. So, my point is, like, they'll use whatever precedent they can get to fuck over gun owners.
It doesn't matter what. They'll just use anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll create an event.
Good thing we have states' rights, because the state can just tell the feds to go fuck right off.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get rid of that too, but
you guys got to fight for it.
That's a conversation for another night, because we could go on for another 5 hours about that. But Well, we're gonna have to call it a night here. It's about 5:30 a.m. where I'm at. So.
Woo. All right, brother.
All right. See you, gents. Hail Minecraft victory.
Hail victory, brothers.
AJ's brother.
God bless America, along with the Republic. God bless everybody. Good night.
Johnny was falling asleep, and then at the last minute, he
got a second.
got a
You know, you guys
second
are talking
wave.
about guns. You guys are gonna. This is my ex. This is my.
I like seriously, guys. Like, I'm not a gun guy. I own some, but I didn't
love
grow
guns.
up. You know, so I would really like to hear a gun show. You know, so next time if you guys
Saying
want
I like
to,
guns
like
on
I won't
this
jump
show.
in, but I like to listen. You know.
Saying I
Also,
like guns on
let me
this show
contribute
was
to an
like
episode
on
for once.
Idiocracy, where they were like, "Oh, you like gun? You like sex and money? We should hang out." You know?
Dude, if you don't know Forgotten Weapons, check them out.
Yeah, that's an awesome
Yes,
channel.
yes,
awesome.
absolutely.
That is
well,
a good
all
one.
right,
Yeah, for
all right.
sure.
Yeah, no, seriously, dude. Like,
All right, good night,
just
everybody.
like,
Good night. Good night.
Good night, John.
good night.
All right, everybody. I
Good night,
guess good night.
folks.
And congrats to Adolf Hitler for winning that election in Africa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I forgot
Sure.
about that. Fuck
Forgot
yeah.
about that one. All right, guys. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night and nights.
Well, I wake up early in the morning, you see. Lord knows it feels like somebody kicked on me. Yes, it does. My liver inside really happy right now. He said he's gonna quit his job, but I'll change somehow. But I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. My lungs are all filled with smoking THC. So every time I get to laughing, I start to cough and wheeze. Yes, I do. If I didn't have my cigarette, I'd kill someone. Then it wouldn't matter that the state of Texas won't let me get none. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. But my heart it sure ain't pumping like it used to do. Lord knows I bump a leg and it turns black and blue. Yes, it does. Now they say that it's unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me none. 'Cause I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna let that bother me none. Oh Lord, 'cause I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. Ain't gonna be here long. No, not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. I'm drinking, smoking,